welcome to Random Number Generation, the GDQ Hotfix show about randomizers, randomizer-adjacent content, and randomizer-esque speedruns and their communities. I'm Skybills, your host, and this is episode 122, Final Fantasy X HD Remaster Cutscene Remover, True RNG, because we need the RNG in there, right? I'm Skybills, your host, and we are here with Moon Blazewolf, GDQ's own Moon Blazewolf, and also, I love the fastest furs attire as well, Moon Blazewolf, so it is wonderful to see you. We have so much game to cover, and we have a full, wonderful ensemble of comms as well, which I want to welcome. So why don't we get that timer started, and we will introduce everyone on our journey to Zanarkand.
Yeah, that sounds great, Sky. We do have one important question as I'm getting things set up, though. Right here, choose a soundtrack, arranged or original. What won the Twitch poll?
I cannot believe this, but the arranged got the snipe at the last second, despite the amount of orbs I was pouring into it.
All
so there you go, chat.
There you go, chat. We're going to listen to the arranged. I am playing on the newest version of the cutscene remover, and we are using the True RNG mod that we will be talking about quite a bit as this run goes along. But yeah, we want to go ahead and get started. We'll have plenty of time to talk, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck. You got this, Blaze.
Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple different layers to sort of unpack about this. But the first thing I will say, we'll talk about the True RNG specifically in a bit. But this is the cutscene remover mod. So it removes all of the FMVs, the kind of like in between battle or like, you know, sitting around talking cutscenes, dialogue that you would do in the game. It's specifically designed for speedrunning, and it removes probably about 5.5 hours from the game, I want to say, compared to the original any percent run. So when you see kind of like the screen jump from, you know, the scene I'm on to the next scene like seamlessly or mostly seamlessly, that is because of the cutscene remover mod. So just to talk a little bit about myself really quick, I'm Moon Blazewolf. You can call me Blaze. I'm mainly an RPG speedrunner. Final Fantasy X is the first Final Fantasy game I ever speedran. I got very lucky and got interested in speedrunning this game about 3 days before the original version of the cutscene remover came out. And the cutscene remover is an incredible tool for learning this game. We're going to talk a lot about the route, all the different strategies and things that you have to pay attention to, and why the True RNG mod makes this such a wonderful kind of like practice tool for this game, specifically if you're a new runner. But while I am kind of hacking my way through some sin spawn here, I'm going to go ahead and let my lovely commentators introduce themselves as well.
Hello, I'm Kagar. I've been running Final Fantasy X for 3 years now, and I am very happy to be here. I am also, as you can probably tell, British, so please be nice to me.
We appreciate you staying up late with us, Kagar. Thank you so much for being here.
You're so welcome. Thanks.
Sil?
Hi, my name is Silith. I'm also a Team Fastest for speedrunner for Wolfery, who run Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy X just recently got done doing Final Fantasy IX live. The summer game's done quick, where Blaze was my commentator there, so I'm happy to come support him. And also, just because we'll probably get referenced once, I'm currently 2-3 in races against Blaze, so he's been kicking my butt, and he's been kicking that leaderboard's butt too.
We did a race at Furry Weekend Atlanta this past May. It was great. We had a fun lead up going into that charity event, and then I was very fortunate enough to pull it out on site, but it was quite the back and forth race with lots of twists and turns. So and we had King commentating that as well. So King, you're here with us tonight also.
I am. I'm very new to, I'm still fairly new to speedrunning itself. I started back in December. Primarily only do Final Fantasy X, cutscene remover, True RNG. So it's really cool to be able to do another commentary for one of my absolute favorite games here with Blaze.
I just have to call out really quickly after all of those fantastic intros. I'm already getting just absolutely absurd RNG on this first boss fight. Orin got a critical hit, and Titus actually got a critical hit on his overdrive attack, which We're going to talk a lot over the next couple hours about how the True RNG mod is a little bit different than if you're just running the game out of the box, so to speak, other than the cutscene remover. And I think we'll kind of get to that in just a second here, but that is a very, very fast first boss fight. So off to a really good start already. So King or Syl, I think maybe you've been playing a lot of True RNG lately. Do the two of you want to kind of tag team talking about what the True RNG mod does?
Yeah. So when you go to install the cutscene remover mod, you do have the option to do the any % tracking or the True RNG. And if you're like me, any % tracking is rather complicated, especially in the cutscene remover. You can get overwhelmed, overstimulated, and it becomes rather chaotic. And you can do the tracking because this game is figured out from the first 3 attacks what seed you're on, so you can figure out what's going on, what's going to drop, what's the best outcomes, if you can take another fight, and et cetera, et cetera. But we like a little bit of spice of life in this situation where we accept true RNG, so every fight is unique, every encounter is unique, every drop and so forth, which I think that creates a lot more fun, a little bit more energy. You do lose a little bit of time as a result, but I like chasing it. I think it's more fun for the viewers, but at least that's my personal opinion. But what do you think, King?
It's a really good entry point, especially for new runners that are trying to get into learning this game. If they're a little bit intimidated by the whole tracking environment, which is definitely something that was terrified me when I first saw it.
Oh.
But when I jumped into this specific environment for the game, I was like, oh, this is perfect for me. I can still have fun. I don't have to be overly stressed too much about it, and still have like a really good time while I progress through one of my favorite games.
Yeah. So just at a high level, the True RNG mod basically scrambles the set RNG pretty much at all times. So it makes it impossible to track the RNG. And if you're playing the game without the True RNG mod, every seed is trackable. There's 256 set seeds in the game. And like Syl alluded to, you can know what seed you're on basically within like the first couple minutes of the game. So Kagar, maybe
yes.
talk about a little bit about what that tracking looks like, or what an any % run would look like versus True RNG.
I was going to do that. I was also going to point out as well that, just a random fact, I would say that True RNG is the closest you're going to get to an actual PS2 run, because PS2 runs so PC HD has 256 seeds. We are very aware of you can track all of them. In fact, you cannot track all of the seeds in PS2 because there are millions and millions. So as far as tracking goes, for a PS2 game, for example, you would have to basically, from the moment you turn on the PlayStation 2, you would have to track you would have to start the game in the first 5 minutes, or else you will have a True RNG situation, if that's what you're into. As far as tracking goes, you can track steps, which are basically every step on the game, on each environment. You can track drops, which we like doing very much, to the point where, so drops in Final Fantasy X include spheres and items and armor and weapons, to the point where you can eventually, if you keep a track of the RNG, you can get no encounter armor. And no encounter armor is used from the cave under the stolen cabin of the Faith, just under the Calm Lands. So from that point on, you can have no encounters. However, that is banned in True RNG. You could get it, but it's not allowed. Which is why I really like tracking. But yeah, you can track encounters and everything, and you can also track actions as well, which is very beneficial for fights like this because you can track crits, which is why Moonblaze was really happy when he got all of those crits in the first fight, because he had no idea they were coming.
Yep. And crits do an incredible job of speeding up your fights in this game for obvious reasons. Another interesting thing about this game is we're not quite to the point where it's coming into play, but we will be very soon. There's a mechanic called overkill. Who wants to talk about overkill as I'm kind of swimming down to the ruins here?
Overkill, there's a lot of benefits for overkill when it comes over the course of the run. And we'll see it mostly pop up at the start of Kilika Woods. The main idea behind it is any normal mob you overkill, you will get double EXP and you will get double drops. We do need to ascertain a certain amount of speed and strength spheres in order to pump up Bahamut as much as we can to make him the strong dragon that he is. With boss encounters, though, I do believe it's only 1.5. Is that right? Am I crazy?
It's 1.5 for bosses, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the EXP on that also matters, because naturally, just like any RPG, we do want to make sure we're using the fewest amount of encounters in order to achieve our goal as well.
One other fun little thing, and again, the true RNG is like taking the wheel at this point. There is not a whole lot that I'm doing that is influencing too much. That is very rare that I got no encounter swimming from the boat to the ruins there. And so in my head a little bit at this point, I'm just kind of like, what is this seed right now? Like this has been interesting. And I just got all the grenades I need. That's also kind of interesting. And an overkill, that'll be an extra sphere. There's two kinds of spheres that we care about in the run. We care about power spheres and speed spheres. So I'll see. I should get speed spheres from this fight. I should get an extra one, hopefully. But yeah, just, or I just get one because I overkilled the one that dropped 0. Cool, thanks, game. But yeah,
I love RNG.
This is fun, yeah. And the drops was the big thing that Kagar mentioned too. The no encounter armor is really important. I'm also going to be hoping to get a lightning weapon off of a boss about 45 minutes into the run. If I get that, that'll speed up multiple sequences a little bit later on. If you're RNG tracking, sometimes you can manipulate drops of certain armors and weapons. Sometimes you just can't, despite your best efforts. But in the true RNG, we really don't have, we kind of just like take what the game gives us. It is just a really fun way to play the game because it's never the same. No two seeds are different. It also has that really cool effect that, I don't know, Sky, maybe you can kind of speak to this because I'm sure a lot of your runners talk about this a lot, but it's like, it sort of creates situations sometimes where it forces you to think outside of the box about things that you might get so accustomed to doing if you're playing the game normally that you would never think about approaching them from a different angle.
Well, I mean, my show is really all about what happens when things don't go right. You know, well, I mean, that's what it is. And I admire your courage for tempting RNG. Oh, this went right, and that went right, and that went right. I mean, my show's a little cursed here, Blaze. I'm just saying, don't tempt it, all right?
It'll catch up to me eventually, I have no doubt. I just hope it's not during Blitzball.
Blitzball is where the pure equalizer for all speedruns.
Yeah.
But there were some folks in chat talking about, hey, I'm new here and I was thinking about possibly running this as a speed run. Now, we were talking about this in the pre-show as this being a great entry point to speedrunning Final Fantasy games. Would y'all like to talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, King, do you want to, you're probably the newest of the bunch. Do you want to talk about your sort of experience as a new runner and how true RNG is kind of like a great learning tool?
Yeah, I'm sure. So getting into the large world of speedruns, it can be a little intimidating at first when you're seeing different terms from, RNG manipulation, tracking, and you have to keep times and look at guides and do this and do that. But what's really cool with Final Fantasy X is it's a very beginner's welcoming game that you can look into doing speedruns if you're trying to look at diving first towards the JRPGs, Final Fantasy series with the speedrun environment. There's a welcoming Discord that if you have a question about anything, and I mean anything, there's going to be someone that's going to be very happy to answer you and guide you. There are some amazing resources that have been put together by the community from the the amazing guide that is posted that you can follow right to the letter in order to get a completed run, to the phenomenal cutscene remover system that's been created to allow players to, hey, we can attempt a speed run for this game, and you don't have to have it be like 8+ hours if you don't want it to be. You can shorten that down significantly. I would say if you're expressing any kind of interest to getting into Final Fantasy X speedruns, join that Discord. Take a look over those resources. Take a look over the runs that are being submitted by the different runners, and you can see that this is something that you can do. Actually, when I had started my speedruns, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can be a speedrunner. That's insane. That's you wouldn't believe that something like that would be possible. But by following the guides and handling the feedback from the community when I was asking for help, we were able to complete our very first run. And I remember I jumped out of my chair. I was so happy, so excited. I was like, I did it. Granted, it was like 5 hours, but I felt very accomplished, and it's amazing. I would very much welcome anybody who's expressing interest into it. Just try it out.
Gotta ask, are we all in agreement that Final Fantasy X has the best note set out there?
I think
beautiful.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I half jokingly say, because I've lost runs in pretty much every conceivable manner of this game. Every time it was my fault.
It does say there multiple times. If you deviate from the notes, you will be in trouble.
Yeah. It is always, even if you lose Blitzball, which is sometimes it feels like it's taken out of your control. There is a set of notes for if you lose Blitzball. And again, if you follow them, you will finish the run. It will be fine. And just to have, like, and it's not even just that the notes are there, like, they're sort of like lovingly crafted and maintained, and they have diagrams, they have a lot of contingencies, just everything that you could need to get started running this game is in there. And it is really just kind of like a how-to guide for running Final Fantasy X. And it's been that way ever since I started running the game about 4 years ago. It was one of the things that really drew me to the game, other than my personal history with the game, as my first Final Fantasy speedrun, because I actually started running this game because I made a New Year's resolution that I wanted to learn a Final Fantasy speedrun, because Final Fantasy has always been my favorite RPG series, and I never actually ran any of the games until this one, so it was a good way to get into it.
Christmas that also brings up a good point. They do have the 4 GB patch in the Discord, which does help prevent the crashing of the game.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this game does crash a lot without the patch, and as I'm playing Final Fantasy X too right now, I'm often reminded of that. But it is actually allowed in this category, so there's some sense of ability to play the game.
Yeah, actively, like if your game crashes, and you're a new person to the community, it's probably because you didn't install the 4 GB patch. And then after that, it's probably because you tried to learn Jack Shot. But no, go ahead.
Don't learn Jack Shot. There's everything inside of you will want to learn it because you want to show Jacked up. You just can't do it. The game basically is defaulting to 2 GB of RAM rather than 4 GB of RAM, and that's very silly. So that's why it's called 4 GB patch. Basically, it's doubling the amount of RAM that it's going to be running on. This is very nerdy, but essentially, you're giving it more space to run on your computer. Most computers have at least 8 GB of RAM nowadays, and you should be fine to do that. Your computer will get a little bit hot, but it should be fine. This is not a very intense game for your computer, to be quite honest.
Nope.
It should be okay.
You could run this on a potato, but you need the 4 GB patch.
You do, yeah, because you need to tell the game to behave properly when it comes to the 2 GB.
Stay away from the summoner!
There we go.
That's my that is my way of blessing the run, is to talk to that NPC.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe just a little story update. I feel like we're maybe kind of assuming a lot of people like Final Fantasy X, but Final Fantasy X is probably like the last true turn-based RPG in the series that was made. I think you could argue a little bit that 12 uses at least like an ATB system of some sort, but really, like in terms of true turn-based, this is the last one that they did, and most of their games actually did use an ATB system. So in this way, it is a little bit unique. It does make it very stable for the purposes of speedrunning, for sure. So, but yeah, we are Titus/Titus, depending on your flavor of pronunciation. And we have washed up on the shores of a strange new world, and everyone's going on a pilgrimage. We decided we would join in. So there you go. You're all up to speed.
For the love of adventure.
Yes.
Have a couple interesting questions here from the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
The first one is, how long does it take to dodge 50 lightning bolts? Those 3 strength spears are a little tempting.
No, don't do it.
I haven't done it since I was probably like 19 years old, so I couldn't tell you. In fact, I will probably get struck by lightning during this run, so please don't shame me if I do.
Spells of ice and
No, there's no shame here. At least not from amongst us. Next
I do
one
have an additional thing for that, actually, because another nerd fact. There is an expert grid speedrun within Final Fantasy X. It's done by only a few people, but in order to complete that run, you do need to dodge 50 lightning bolts in a speedrun. So you can get an extra strength sphere. And I've seen people do it. I saw Hiroshige do it on the race 2 years ago. And it was incredible. You would think, no, he can't do that and keep up. And he did. Hiroshige was a machine. He dodged 50 lightning bolts and then just caught up with everyone, because it actually did make his endgame very fast. But my personal perspective is don't do it.
So the answer is no.
Just really quick on the Kamari fight. This is the first fight where I can actually die if I'm not paying attention. I think I'm okay because I've been high rolling. Okay, good.
Yeah, you were +8 going into that one.
Yeah, I was looking for 125 or higher, and most of my rolls, except for one, were above that, so I felt pretty comfortable. If you get a critical hit, you can turn your brain off and just hold down. I use Turbo, by the way. You can use Turbo running Final Fantasy X, regardless of what platform or version of the game you're playing, so that's also pretty cool.
A flyer. True. Why don't we?
So a couple of things here real quick, because somebody did mention that they were here from YouTube for the first time live here on Twitch. So hello, welcome from YouTube. I want to remind you all to catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. So again, welcome to all our new viewers from YouTube watching here live on Twitch. And we were talking about the grid from earlier. So we were talking about the grid.
Yeah.
And somebody had asked, do you all prefer the remake Spear Grid or the old version, which I thought was a really interesting question.
Old. That was quick.
Old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old.
Okay.
Yeah.
The old version.
I like the old one. There is, so quite funnily, one of the things that I noticed was, so we used Kamari on the Spear Grid to learn Steel and Use at one point, and it's in a different place on the PC HD. So when I did a PS2 run for the first time in like 10, 15 years, I was so confused. I was just like, where is it? What is going on? And I was like, oh, that actually makes more sense. This is terrible. But yeah, I like the old one, if only because the usability on the PS2 is just so smooth. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
That exact Sphere Grid, I actually lost a run to once. So yeah,
Exactly, I told you.
I can relate to that one. Yeah.
Also, I gotta say this about the YouTube. You know how much it throws me off every once in a while I go into YouTube and I see my own face on there now?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Every time it's like, oh no.
If
Yeah,
you
you're
go
part
to,
of
if
it
you
now.
go to the Games Done Quick YouTube channel, you can also see Celia's face.
I did a Flame Fatales 3 years ago now, and yeah, it was quite incredible. So when you Google, when you YouTube Final Fantasy X speedruns, I'm on there and I'm just like, that is a terrible run and I feel horrible about it. But also, it's a really good example of the fact that I thought it was a bad run, but I actually look pretty relaxed, pretty professional. You know, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
I have to do this now because Fatal mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So, real quick. Frame Fatale, GDQ's all-women and femme speedrunning community, is preparing for its next event, Flame Fatale, running from September 7th through 14th. The schedule is now live at GameStoneQuick.com/schedule58. Type !FF in the chat for more information on how to join the Discord and stay up to date with all things Frame Fatale. So sorry, that was just too good of a segue. I couldn't pass.
Oh
that.
no, I love the Flame Fatales. Flame Fatales, they're fantastic.
Let's go
I'm
Fatales.
I'm gonna be running Nintendo World Championship at that. So I'm super hype.
Heck yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to check out your run now, Kagar.
Yeah.
Super hyped for that.
It was 3:45, 3:43, I believe. So it was when I was not as good as I am now. I have definitely improved, but it's still very funny and entertaining, I thought.
Was this also pre-Terra skip?
No, it wasn't. It was literally months after it started. So it was literally for anyone who doesn't know, so I started running in sort of Moonblaze clearly before we were able to skip Mushroom Rock Road. So Mushroom Rock Road is a huge blocker for anyone who is starting a run for Final Fantasy X because there is a big boss at the end of it called Sinspawn Gooey, and you would basically have to hype up Yuna in order and Kamari technically in order to kill it. And it took so much effort. It took a lot of battles. You had to get Speedruns sorted out. We basically saved 20 minutes by getting rid of it. Life is better. So if you are upset about the fact that you have to do the skip of Mushroom Rock Road, it is horrible. You know what's worse? Doing Mushroom Rock Road. Trust me.
Yes. Can confirm is brutal. Also, the game makes you play as Seymour for a while, which is just kind of icky. So you don't have to do that either.
Oh my god, were you there when Oddmar got mad and basically started trying to get Requiem for Seymour? That was amazing.
There's some good moments, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's the new skip. So interestingly as well, if you haven't kept up with this game too much outside of mainline GDQs, that skip was also not present the last time this run was done at a mainline GDQ about 3 years ago now. So,
like a full run as well, like a proper Final Fantasy X full run.
Actually, cutscene remover. There was a cutscene remover run, Foxy Jira at SGDQ 22, and that was pre-Terra skip. So,
yeah, that's right. I did mine in 2023, I believe. So yeah.
Yep.
But that was for Flame Fatales, not that.
Yeah.
Speaking of GDQ as well, Blaze, what is it that you do for GDQ's stuff?
So at the main events, I am a broadcast producer, which is kind of the person who is running all of the tech stations and kind of just wrangling the runners, kind of directing traffic is the way I like to describe it a lot of the time. So I get to wear a nice red vest. That's always fun. So that everybody can find me if they have questions.
You, Mr. Fancy Vest.
But yeah, it's a really cool job or a role that I get to play at the main GDQ events. It's been a wonderful opportunity for me a little bit later in life to be a little bit more involved in GDQ. I got really hooked on GDQ. I'm actually fairly late to speedrunning and GDQ in general compared to a lot of people. My first GDQ was SGDQ 2019, which was my religious moment related to GDQ was being in the room when Quexel was running Chrono Trigger, and we broke $3 million for a GDQ for the first time ever. That was one of my best moments, my favorite moments of my life. I will never forget where I was that night. But I also got involved and I volunteered at my first GDQ, and that was it added such a sense of ownership to the experience. Ooh, that crit's actually really beneficial.
Yeah.
I'll finish up on talking about this in just a second, but really, like, if you go to GDQs and you have a good time there and you want to just kind of feel a little bit more connected to the event, just consider volunteering sometime. It really does make a difference as far as making you feel some ownership of the event and everything that gets accomplished during GDQs. And, you really just kind of leave the event beaming with pride, even if, if you're a volunteer or a runner or even a staff member, it's all the same feeling. We just get to be so incredibly proud of all of the cool work that gets done there. So.
Thank you for sharing that. I didn't realize that. I thought you'd been there about as long as I had. So 2019, huh? That's not too late to the scene, I'd say.
So, and the other part of that that I'll just quickly mention is randomizers are what got me into speedrunning. And I think there's a lot of people that maybe have had a similar experience, especially RPG speedrunners, because randomizer is a great way to play a lot of the games that we love in a shorter, condensed period of time and keep it fresh and interesting. So I got really involved in speedrunning through the Final Fantasy IV randomizer free enterprise, which my younger brother told me about after going to RPG Limit Break 2018. And that was the thing that got me into streaming. It was the thing that got me into speedrunning. It got me into community and marathons and things like that. So just all of the stuff that sort of culminated with GDQ. And haven't really talked about Fastest First too much, but I'm also one of the main organizers of the Fastest First speedrunning community, which I've been doing since 2020. I will give a quick plug really quick. We actually have our fall event coming up in about 2 months. At the beginning of October, we raise money for Trans Lifeline. And if you want to submit a run to that event, our submissions are going to be opening on August 1st, so right around the corner.
Actually, really excited to put in for that again.
It's been fun. And then, that's the thing that kind of led me to GDQ through Fastest Furs and event organizing and volunteering. And it all started with a Final Fantasy randomizer that my brother told me about from the practice room at RPG Limit Break. So pretty wild stuff, huh?
Absolutely. Just doing all this for a good cause too, right? Like, we're not just playing video games. We're playing it for like all these awesome reasons. And then we're getting a chance to like meet great people through it. I mean, we couldn't ask for too much more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, we're going to talk a little bit about the Final Fantasy Relay probably some tonight because that's coming up soon. That is not a charity event, but it is how I met Cilliath and Kagar. Interestingly enough, I met King at SGDQ last year for the first time, so that was kind of a fun occurrence. So just, speedrunning and communities and events really bring people together in a lot of fun ways. So, Kagar, you're going to be in the Final Fantasy Relay this weekend racing against me in Final Fantasy X. Talk a little bit about the relay. Let's give everybody the lowdown.
Okay. So first of all, Team Tombury, okay? There's teamwork in the chat. Okay, first of all, Team Tombury. And second of all, so the relay is incredible. There are about every Final Fantasy you can ever imagine has been collected together, and we're just going to relay. So basically, there is a schedule, and we do all of the mainline Final Fantasies, apart from 7 this year, where we'll be doing Rebirth and Remake, which they switched it up. There's always something different, always something new, and then we all get split into 3 teams, and every team does a relay of all of those games in tandem, and it's something that I've been watching for over 5 years now, and it is incredible. It's so close every year. The organisers are so good at knowing the community and understanding how each of the games works, to the point where, honestly, the last 2-3 years has had a very close finish. Last year was really close. It was literally a minute in it, I believe.
Yeah.
Apart from Team Mog, bless them.
And just really quick to add on to that, this is after about 77 hours of speedrunning.
Exactly.
And then you get to the finish and it's like a minute apart. It's unbelievable.
so fun. And me and Blair as well are doing Final Fantasy X tracking. So it's the exact opposite of this run in the sense that we have both been gifted a seed which we can basically plan ahead for, and we can get no encounter armor. And obviously, if one of us doesn't get no encounter armor, that's going to be very, very big gap. So fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, hashtag no pressure.
No pressure at all. It's very much pressure. I'm really glad I've got the seed already.
Same.
And oh my gosh, so much pressure. But it's so much fun as well. And it's literally just done by the fans for the fans, I think is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And it is on RPG Break Limit, I believe.
RPG Limit Break, yep.
Limit Break, that's it. And I'll be watching it, and I'm very hyped for the Final Fantasy IX race. We've got an old school guy coming back. Type 0 sounds very silly. Big up for the 10-2 run as well, because 10-2. So you might think that Final Fantasy X is a hard run. You've never played Final Fantasy X-2, have you? Oh my gosh. It's RNG to the max. The most max, actually. But yeah, the relay is going to be so exciting, and it's one of my. I think it's most streamers for Final Fantasy's favorite time of the year. To be honest, it's a pure community thing. It's great.
Yeah, it's kind of like Christmas coming early. Go ahead, Sil. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was actually sad I don't get the chance to run it this year, but I've been overwhelmed with too much tasks. But you're absolutely right. Every year I look forward to it. I've been watching the relay race probably as long as I've been watching a lot of GDQ content, because it's just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Best.
So that starts on Friday, and it'll actually finish up Monday if you're in the US, so you can definitely check that out. I do have one very, very minor complaint about the relay this year, which is that it is the 10th year of the relay, and we don't get to be the last run of the event. What the heck?
Oh, that's actually a good point. They did 9 last year, didn't they?
9 was it. 9 was not the finale, because Sil actually ran 9 in the relay last year.
I ran it on like a Friday.
So I do believe that the last one this year is going to be 6.
It is, yeah.
And 6 is really hard and very, very, very silly. So good luck to the 6 runners. Minston, I see you're in the chat anyway, so good luck, buddy. But also Team Tombury. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm also going to give a quick shout out to when we're done with our Final Fantasy X run, which is on Saturday evening, depending on your time zone. We get to hand the baton to 3 incredible Final Fantasy 16 runners, which is another Final Fantasy game that I run that I always try to give Final Fantasy 16 at least one shout out, because it needs a little bit more love, and it's such a good game. So it is flawed in some very specific ways, but it is a good game. So.
Got Ben Starr in it. So.
All right. Yes, it has Ben Starr in it.
Yeah.
What more needs to be said, really? But anyway, that's Kilika Temple. We will not use Ifrit at all in the run. Sorry, Ifrit.
Or Fire Puppy.
Yeah.
Glad to see your Puzzle Perch visit went well, though.
Yes. Shout outs to my friend Scala Kitty for coining the term Puzzle Church for the temples. That's all I refer to it now. I don't even. Yeah, it is puzzle. Whoops, that is not what I'm supposed to do. That's
Don't
fine.
strain yourself.
Oh,
thanks, Waka.
Waka just yelled at you.
Yeah, Waka put me in my place for that one.
Too right.
So one really quick thing about the Kilika Woods. Most of the time I'm going to be running from random encounters, but I will fight certain enemies in here. This is a really important point in the run for getting 2 things. XP for Titus, and I would say a little bit less concerned, but for Waka as well. And then speed spheres. This is the best place in the game to farm speed spheres. So I'm hoping that when I leave the Kilika Woods here, I have enough speed spheres to finish the run, and I probably should. I've been getting a lot of fightable encounters so far, so.
Yeah, lots of lizards. Lizards are good for speed spheres.
Yep.
No, wait, lizards are power spheres, aren't they? Killer bees are good for speed spheres.
It's the bees, yeah. And you almost always get 2 per bee because Waka with a ice weapon almost always overkills them, so.
I'll be right back.
Also, lucky weapon drop off that previous fight.
Oh, I wasn't even looking. What did I get?
You got a liquid steel.
Liquid steel, yeah.
Oh.
And
Make your
armor,
walk
which-
stop. Nice.
I'm pretty sure I'm good on money at that shop anyway, but yeah. Money is a little bit tight in two very specific points in this run, but we have some safeties that basically if we pick them up or they're close by if we need extra money. So it's never going to be a situation where your run dies if you don't get enough money, but there can be a little bit of awkwardness if you don't have enough at a few key moments. So
I always saw the scout, to be fair. You can pick that. You pick that up at the beginning of Killica Woods, and you can just sell it. It's 600 gil, so it's pretty good. Okay, remember, it's time.
it's time to redeem myself in the eyes of my father.
Do it for daddy. Oh god, that sounded weird. Sorry.
I've always thought this scene was kind of odd.
So it's because, okay, so people have strange opinions about Tidus, but I'm gonna throw this out there. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Tidus is a teenager, and he thinks that he's a big boy, but he's not. He's a baby boy. He's a small boy, and he thinks that doing the jack shot will show his dad, who he thinks is dead, that he is better than him. He thinks that doing it will make him as good as daddy.
Also, any new folks to Final Fantasy X in chat that might not know the story yet, I don't want to spoil anything. With that being said, for folks who might be interested in the Magic the Gathering set, I really like the eject card. If you flip it over, yeah, there's some spoilers on the cards. That's why I'm trying to be very careful about it. So definitely check those out. Definitely check those out, though. They're really cool.
Actually, at GDQ, I had a fan gift me the Final Fantasy X Commander set, and I love it so much.
That's really cool.
The first time I played that deck, I wasn't reading the effects of the cards. I just kept reading the quotes at the bottom.
Aww.
All right. So,
yeah, they even.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, good.
I was just gonna say, coming up here is that first shop. I should have plenty of money. The thing I need to get here is I need to get a stunning steel weapon for Tidus. That can inflict slow for a couple fights later on. So that's all. Anyway.
Oh, and to call back to a question real quick that Xeno Veritas actually asked while we were in Killica Woods. He asked what's like the most random lucky weapon drop that we can get. We're actually about to come up to it with the Obliterator. Yes. We're either looking for the Lightning Steel or the Lightning Ball, which will play into the Pish fight that's coming up soon. And the
exact same fight as we've just done.
I was going to say I believe it's the Extractor, or I can't even remember the boss name.
Obliterator.
Yes. But no, there's the fight with Tidus and Waka coming up, which could save us multiple turns. So I'm going to cross my fingers here for Blaze.
Yeah, we should really do a vote on Lightning Steel, actually, but Blitzball's good too.
Crossing my fingers. Anybody else crossing your fingers?
RNG.
If Blaze doesn't get this, I'm going to ask who didn't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my fingers are too crossed right now. They hit.
Let us know when it's coming up, Blaze, because my fingers.
There's actually a really interesting quirk of the equipment system that I'll talk about as well during that fight in terms of what type of what character's equipment you get. Actually governed by, in some cases, by who gets the killing blow on the enemy. So when I do the Obliterator fight, I'm actually going to stall for a turn strictly so that Tidus can get the killing blow, because I really want the lightning weapon for Tidus. Also, I can Sphere Grid here, and I can use haste on the next fight, so that's good.
That's
I was going to get into that. So the Spirit Grid is, first of all, one of the cards in the Final Fantasy Commander deck. Really cute, actually. And then the boss we're going to fight soon, the Obliterator, by the way, I love that pun, is also the Hangerback Walker from the Final Fantasy Commander cards as well. So I'm sorry, I'm geeking out over the crossovers between the Final Fantasy set and this. So
they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
they absolutely did. When I'm very much getting into Magic the Gathering for the very first time. So I'm starting to learn not only how to play, but when I was getting into gathering the cards itself, I think I did a 5-hour display of opening all the cards, geeking out over every single environment. I looked at the art and I was like, okay, so this is at this moment of the game. Okay, and this character is from this part of the game.
Yes, that's what they want.
Thankfully for my wallet, I did my Magic the Gathering phase in the mid-2010s, and I have no interest in playing anymore. Although I've definitely wanted to buy some of the cards just for the art, because they're so cool.
The art is beautiful, yeah. I think the fact that they're so collectible is part of the reason why they're so beautiful. It's deeply frustrating. But also really awesome because, you get to own something which is Final Fantasy based, and it's really cute. It's really cute.
Wait, what happened to the music, Bliss?
Yeah, so there's a couple fights in the run where the music breaks because of the cutscene remover mod, unfortunately. So this is just sort of an awkwardly silent fight, which is also a little bit funny because this is also a gimmick boss. So
it's a good thing as well because there's a sound effect. You're going to hear it. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, Richard's right. They did misspell the Luca Stadium card. That is very true.
They did.
They misspelled it Luka when it should be Luca.
That's terrible. I love it.
Which is worse,
funny.
that or the German translation of Titus's card?
Oh my goodness!
I don't think I've seen that.
I would pay some good money to get that card.
When they reprint, they're going to get rid of those Luca misspellings as well. So hold on to those, basically.
Yeah, very rare.
Yeah, very rare.
Not right if I have one.
So we're going to delay a turn here with Kamari, and then we're going to finish the fight off with Titus, and then we'll see if we get that lightning weapon.
Beans crossed.
Come on. Fingers crossed.
All right, everything's crossed.
No. Lulu stole my drop. No. That is just... So it's not always tied to the character that gets the killing blow, but a certain number of weapon or armor drops during a playthrough will be tied to the character who gets the killing blow. So that could have been a case where I actually got a Thunderball for Waka as well. So that would have been good too. But unfortunately, Thunder Moomba doesn't really do too much other than be cute. So
it's so cute though.
And now it's time for Blitzball. So I'm going to start praying to all of the gods and deities in my life, and we'll see how this goes.
Got 1.5 million to win. No pressure.
Can we just talk about how this song rips, though? I mean, I love Blitzball, like unironically.
Yeah, I mean, you can love it, but
Please don't.
You can. Oh, he's doing it.
You got this, Keepa. You got this, Keepa.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay. Oh, thank
Got
gosh.
it. All right. Thanks, Keepa.
And he threw Jasu, which is also really good. Because that's also random.
Yeah. So Jasu is the fastest swimmer you've ever met in your life, and he's definitely the fastest swimmer in the ring right now as well. So yeah.
So one little thing we have to do here, I have to let Titus complete a pass so that he levels up, because he's apparently never experienced passing before. So he's got a very bad passing stat, but we're going to go ahead and complete a pass to the aforementioned Jasu. And then the fastest way to win the Blitzball game is actually to stall out the entire first half. So I'm just going to sit here behind Keepa for the next, 4 in-game minutes. And Sky, if you have any other announcements or anything that you would like to say. Also, I would like to encourage everybody in chat, if you have any kind of spin emotes, this is the perfect time for spin emotes. Just look at the little mini-map. You'll understand why.
Also, too, one quick question. Do you know if you only get one chance at this to win Blitzball?
Yes, this is the only match.
You only get one shot. Sorry, had to make the Game Changers reference.
One shot. Yep.
All right,
Anything
on behalf of GDQ here, If you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more info. I get so many folks to tell me, Sky, I didn't know this was going to be out. No, you have no excuse. Get in the Discord, get that role. Be sure to join in on the fun here. We love to have y'all here on RNG. Bring a friend. Speaking of which as well, if you're curious about what's coming up on Hotfix, check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. And also, if you're looking to get that awesome summer merchandise, our Hotfix summer merch collection is live. If you're a Hotfix fan, make sure to head over to the yeti.com/GDQ to check out our brand new Hotfix shirt, keychain, and sticker pack. And yes, we did have some of that on sale if you're at SGDQ, and we sold out pretty quickly on the Coop keychain. So if you're a fan of the like half melting Sonic keychain, yeah, we did that except with Coop, and it's definitely worth it. Y'all should check that out.
I'm just laughing at all of the spin emotes in chat.
Oh,
So many.
absolutely.
The Gores are playing great, by the way.
Yeah,
Playing great, Baba.
just great.
Let's make the goers goners.
Oh, I have a fun fact. Just off the top. Bubba, I believe, Bubba, the first guy who talks, he is played by Tom Kenny. He plays SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's true.
This is very true.
I love that. I think that's just incredible. He does not sound like SpongeBob at all. He does sound like a commentator. It's gross. I love it. So what's Graf doing?
Passing to
Pressing us
Abus,
out.
which is not
Classic.
ideal. Abus is a little bit of a chucker, and he's got a pretty good shot, so we might get some RNG here. Yep, he's shooting.
Oh, he's doing his thing.
Oh dear.
Would you
All right,
would
we
you
need to
like
get
one
some
of
hands.
us?
Okay, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Would you like one of us, and by us I mean Panda, now that he's an expert, explain why we want to win Blitzball?
Yes. Do it.
What?
I just read that in the pirate voice. Are you ready, kids?
Thank you, Winston.
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
I did a really big dramatic inhale, and I was like, not my channel.
I'm having to do a little bit of improvising here because I really need to get the ball away from
Yeah.
good goers and get it to Jasu. I actually do need to score here, ideally, so this took up a bit of time, but I still should have some time to get set up and score, hopefully.
Yeah,
I'm going to do a little bit of a stall, kind of like I did at the end of the first half. But at a certain point on the timer, I'm going to try to get the ball to Titus with space to take a shot. Aggroed a little early here, so let me try to shake this really quick.
This is trying to get you again. He loves Jasu. He loves him
Yeah. All right, so let's see if I can do this now.
Oh.
This is not great, by the way.
No.
I'm going to have to get lucky here, dodging the
Two
defender.
people grab. And,
I think it's only going to be one, but we'll see.
Let's grab the.
Bill.
Okay, I survived
Oh.
that. So now you need to get up.
My goodness.
Far away.
And yes, I closed.
17
Yes, I
somehow.
closed my eyes when I locked in the number because I don't know. And now, okay, we got the goal.
Okay, we're
Good
fine.
job.
Rowdy Kagar, you know a lot about Blitzball. How about
I
you?
do. I made a YouTube video about it recently because some folks were asking me about it. But I don't recommend it to beginners, by the way, because I just skip over quite a lot of things. But basically, what you need to do in Blitzball is everything that Moon Blitzball has been doing, which is you want to mitigate as much as you can by keeping it away from the goers, because the goers waste time. Tackles take time. Passes are good, but they can pass the ball to people who are good at shooting, which is gross, and we hate it. The best way to describe this situation is I need to point out as well. So at the start of each half, which is the first half, the second half, and then the second part of the second half when Walker comes on, you don't know about that, by the way, because the story's just been completely skipped. You have a 50-50 chance of the ball going to either Grav, the Goers, or Letty, the Blitzball, the Besaid Aurochs. And guess what? It's supposed to be 50-50, but Moon here just had 3 Gravs, because Grav is like that. He is like that. Another thing to keep in mind is that the goers will constantly change their permissions every 30 seconds on in-game clock. So as you can see here, at 4:00, they're going to start moving again into a new position, as you can see right there. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you are in a different square on the grid of the mini-map, they can't find you. That is why we do all these movements with Jasu. So essentially what's happening here is when you hide behind Keeper, the only thing he's good for, you are essentially hiding in a box that they can't see you in. So they are essentially they are blind. That's why they circle around. And then, if you win, like Moon did, you get...
That was okay. If you want to see stressful, exciting Blitzball, watch I did a run of this last month on Amber's show. Watch that Blitzball game because it was very intense. That was much more chill, if annoying. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say, so you get Strength Sphere. And the Strength Sphere is, again, we've already mentioned this and I will continue to mention it until I'm blue in the face. You don't need it to finish this run. You can lose Blitzball if you want. I mean, you don't want to because the goers deserve to lose, but you can get away with not having it. Strength Sphere is +4 strength. Yeah. But yeah, King Panda, do you want to explain why you need the Strength Sphere?
Strength Sphere, it's, oh my goodness.
It's okay if you can't. It's fine. I'm putting you on the spot for funsies.
No, you're absolutely fine. Well, to my knowledge, it's vital for us to utilize the Strength Sphere because if we don't get that, which is the result of us losing Blitzball, we have to do an entirely checklist of obstacles to try to make up for it. Whether it's going from doing side rooms for getting some password chests out in the desert sections where home is, and then purchasing specific items out in Thunder Plains, just all to try to set ourselves up for completion for the run as a result. So just even missing a singular, it just emphasizes if you miss a singular thing at all in regards to stats, it will make a difference. And you have to do what you can to make up for it.
And the good thing is that the community is so good that we do have mitigation for nearly everything that has a high chance. Like Blitzball is 50-50 when you first start.
Yeah.
The only real thing that becomes a bummer, though, if you are running this at like the higher parts of the leaderboard for speedrun.com, you don't have a run technically until you're through Blitzball because you lose Blitzball, you unfortunately have to reset. And I've had days where I'm on my third Blitz loss of the day. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, same. I actually don't. I basically just say I don't have a run until I'm past Mission Rock Road Skip.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my mentality.
Goalpost keeps moving.
So yeah, the specifics for the Blitz loss strats are to get yourself past Seymour and Anime and also Everett. Those are very big blockers and they are very mean. And the reason why we need the extra stuff for mitigation is because we don't have enough strength to kill them in the amount of turns that we expect to kill them in. I had to do Blitz loss strats very recently and I did not do a good job of it. I switched my weapon automatically at the end of the Seymour fight because that's what you do when you win Blitzball, and I shouldn't have done that because the weapon that you have on originally is the Brotherhood, which has 5+ and 10+% strength, and switching it to Sonic Steel, which would prepare me for the next fight, was a mistake. So don't do that. Do you really have a run until you're past the Thunder Plains? Wow.
Ambush blades.
Yes, we are technically past Blitzball, aren't we? So whenever you would like to take a break, Blaze.
It actually is. That was perfect timing. It's actually going to be right after this fight. I totally would have forgotten if you hadn't mentioned it. But yeah, as soon as I clear this cutscene, we can pause the timer. I will let y'all know.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a lot of disappointed folks when they see what cutscene we're going to be skipping soon.
Yeah.
No.
All right, you can pause it here.
No.
All right, so we are going to pause the timer right here. Really quickly here before we enter our break, remember, thank you to everyone supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. And with that being said, everyone be sure to stretch, hydrate. We'll be right back with Random Number Generation. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I am joined here by Moonblaze Wolf, and this is Final Fantasy X. We are going to get right back into it. Blaze, are you ready?
Yeah, I can go ahead and get restarted here in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's go. And we're getting to everybody's favorite part here from what I can understand.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get to some more of those random elements of the run, and we can talk about a lot more of that stuff coming up soon, because we're going to get into some of these big areas where there's a lot of random encounters. One thing I just want to mention really quick for that last fight, because we are doing the true RNG mod, that there are some things I'm doing a little bit differently in order to kind of maximize my chances of getting what I want. So in that last fight before the break with the Garuda, similar to a fight I did earlier, I was trying to make sure I got the last hit with either Titus or Waka, because there's a very small chance that enemy can drop a lightning weapon, and that's kind of like your last chance that maybe you can get one if you haven't gotten one yet. So unfortunately didn't work out, but anyway, cutscene.
Very important cutscene, I suppose.
And it's gone. Maybe we need a quick recreation of the cutscene though.
Ready?
Do we though?
It's awesome.
You really shouldn't laugh anymore.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. The tone was perfect.
Absolute
Oh my
cinema.
goodness.
Cinema. Audio Magistry.
Sorry.
You should be. Should be that.
All right, that is actually the last fight I'm going to be doing for quite a while here, so I'm going to do a little bit of prep work. I'm going to get some extra strength on Waka, and then I'm going to take this ice weapon off of him because it is actually a boss that has a resistance to that, so that is not helpful. And now we are into kind of like Encounter Alley, and if I was doing a tracked run, I would know every single encounter that was coming up, good, bad, or otherwise. But I'm kind of flying blind here, so it does create a little bit of a more active experience running through these areas.
Do you want to tell them about ambushes?
Yeah, ambushes are bad.
Yeah.
If you get a really bad ambush and it's extremely rude to you, you can game over. There's a couple spots in the run where that is possible, but it kind of starts here. After a certain point, we won't have to worry about ambushes anymore, but that's probably not for about another 50 minutes or so, I would say. But I'm going to be hoping to flee from all of these encounters. There are also enemies that even on a non-ambush can outspeed Titus, so there's a couple of those. You might see me take some stray hits here and there, things like that. The dogs can put Titus to sleep potentially, which also throws things off. But really, I want to go through these areas with no ambushes if at all possible. So
won't go so easy on you next time.
so far so
the
good.
doggos in particular are quite annoying because they will always aim, well, they 50% of the time, again, this is Final Fantasy X, so 50-50 means nothing. 50% of the time, they will go for the person with the lowest HP, which unfortunately at this point is Tidus, and as you can see there, it just literally did that. So later on, Tidus does get a little bit of HP, which is quite useful in the Thunderplane specifically, because 50% of the time he won't get attacked by the lizards who have the same sort of action to them. There are quite a lot of enemies in this game who enjoy just hitting the weakest person on your team, and I've seen some runners actually bring in Lulu on RNG Fix, True RNG, sorry, RNG Fix is the old name, on True RNG in order to avoid them getting hit, because Lulu has the lowest HP, apart from, she has the lowest HP at this point, and she also has very high evasion, so she will avoid getting hit.
Now, I will say the one benefit of doing true RNG versus a manipulated run. Oh, here's my first ambush. We'll see how it goes. But while I'm getting beaten on, you have to track deaths in when you're tracking encounters. Oh boy, this could be scary.
Oh.
We get to watch Waka hit himself with a blitz ball. That's always fun.
Oh god, this is. Oh no, Oren's okay. Okay.
I'm recrossing my beans.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, Waka's down.
Okay, Oren, you got this.
Run away.
Okay, good. We're fine.
Good boy.
One person has to escape. Yeah, that was a really bad ambush.
Oh boy.
I was sweating a little
terrific.
there. But at least I don't have to track deaths. And if you're doing a normal, non-true RNG run, you do have to keep track of all of your deaths, which can get to be a little bit of an energy investment. And it can mess up your RNG tracking, frankly. So.
Yeah, tracking deaths and steals is what we do to track drops, and those are very important if you want to get no encounter armor at the end. And I know Moonblaze has done this because we've all done it. We've been so there's a part of the game where you are basically ready. You should basically have the should have no encounter armor. It's Baron Pavel. You've got about 10 minutes to manipulate the game into giving you no encounter armor, and if you don't have it, you panic and you scream and you wonder, why is this happening to me specifically? And you have to sort of manipulate the game into giving it to you, and that can involve quite a lot of goofiness. Do you want to explain the goofiness?
Just that you start having to maybe you do an extra kill, maybe you do an extra steal or two, maybe you make sure a couple of your own party members take more deaths. Sometimes you'll actually run past where you would get the no encounter armor and go fight Baran and Yankee first. Or you might fight some other enemies that have a high percentage chance of dropping equipment. Just anything that you can do to kind of manipulate the game's table in your favor. So here's Chocobo Eater. We're going to deliberately lose this fight, and I'm going to try to do so as fast as possible by hasting him. So, but don't worry, the Chocobos are fine. We promise.
You can't see it because the cutscenes have been removed now.
Yeah.
He still has feathers in his mouth, though. I'm just going to point that out.
Right. There are surprisingly just a few Chocobos in the rest of the game after this.
Yeah. That's weird now that you mention it.
We're gonna see them in a second. There's some Chocobos. It's all of the Chocobos, so we're fine. Or they're fine.
They're just over there. Yeah. Actually, and we get to meet one of my favorite characters at this point as well. I'm gonna call her out because I need to, because people are weird. Shalinda, who you will see many times without context around here until quite late on, actually. She's just there, man. She becomes the new
pope. She becomes the new pope later in the game.
She does. Yeah.
We're really proud of her.
We are.
There's these next couple areas. There's one especially bad ambush that I'm hoping to not get. Although it looks like, boy, they're really going after Titus tonight. So
I say you're just being bullied.
Yeah,
that's a lot of bullying.
This happens in true RNG, so.
Nothing's worse than having like a great blitz ball. You're like 90 seconds ahead right now. You haven't made the Mushroom Rock Road, and then Hyro's just like,
no.
Nah.
It happens.
Time to go back to Xanarkin.
Fun fact, because it's actually a feature of my my relay seed that I was given. You can actually use the there's like consoles at the various Albed stations or whatever they're called a lot of the time. You can actually use those to reset your encounter table to a more favorable pattern potentially. And that was something I did decide to do in my seed that I'm running for the relay this weekend. So
really, ooh, gosh,
yeah.
So easy on you next time.
That's fair. That is a very good way of doing it. So to clarify that as well, because there is a little bit of science there. Final Fantasy X, when you are tracking encounters, there are 2 tracks for the encounters. And what we do when we look at a simulation, we change the track, essentially. So special encounters will change the track. So boss encounters, forced encounters, basically, or simulation encounters. Every other encounter just keeps you on the same track, just like the ones that we've just been experiencing. But the one that we literally just ran past a simulation, actually.
Thank you.
If you want to change the track, you can do that by looking at those simulations. And on tracking, we do that. Don't do that on true RNG, though. That's just...
Yeah. Now, something you do have to do in both versions of the run, which I'm going to attempt right now, is the Mushroom Rock Road skip. And this is very, very specific. I'm going to let my commentators talk about it. I actually need to physically move my microphone out of the way so I can get closer to my monitor so that I can try to make sure I'm getting the correct spot on my mini-map. So I'm going to turn it over to them for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, who wants to explain how to do this completely perfectly first try? And have you ever got one push?
I've never been one pushed. I've seen Blaze do it before, though. It's always incredible. But welcome to the skip of all skips. Classical skip, Mushroom Rock Road skip, Terra skip. No matter the day, if you haven't been pushed around enough in this game, we're about to get pushed around some more in a very favorable way. So what Blaze is doing is he's doing a pixel lineup. And I don't know about you guys, everyone does a little bit of different for how to do the lineup. I actually use a line on the mini map and a specific dot on the right pillar in order to know if I'm lined up. That's an awkward encounter.
I'll be right back.
Oh, it's fine.
You have to get like the exact pixel in order to get lined up correctly, because if you get pushed too far left, too far right,
That is a box.
Unfortunately, I'm soft locked, so I'm going to take a game over here. It was that encounter actually pushed me out of the wrong path, I think. So
Yeah.
anyway, this will just take a minute.
This is RNG. This is what the people want.
I'm telling you, I'm superstitious. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when you say things are going well, because
One
that'll
Blitzball
happen.
didn't get MRL. Classic.
But yeah, this is how hairline of a skip that MMR or MRR skip can be. If you just get pushed, let's to the left or to the right, you do get boxed in and you can't get pushed around anymore. And unfortunately, you do have to take the game over. And again, it's another one of those situations where if you get soft locked, you run it. Once you're kind of like in the top 20 of the leaderboard. For me right now, I have massive time save here because I think it was like my 4th push. I was having a bad run.
Oh, wow.
But once you get pushed the first time into a very happy position on the board, you let the gentleman run past you, and you gotta wait for him to run all the way back, talk to someone, then he runs back up to you, he pushes you through one more time. And unfortunately, it skips several minutes of the game. Said there's a non-optional boss, you don't have to hang out with Seymour. And the end, the skip's done. But Panda, what's the scariest part after the skip?
The many possible ambushes for me. I've had instances where I was able to do the skip, and I was very proud of myself. I was like, all right, good. We didn't get any encounters, and then I got ambushed, and that was a game over immediately.
Yeah, you can get it on the screen after this, and if you do, you have to do the skip again. On PS2, that doesn't happen, or you don't get any encounters after you've gone past it. I need to keep that. I don't even know.
Oh, how nice. Wow.
It's wonderful. It truly is.
I think that actually happened to me on my very last run, right before I started getting ready for GDQ with Final Fantasy 9. I got through. It was my last encounter. I got ambushed, game over, and I went, well,
Yeah.
I will look forward to playing this again in 6 months. It was so soul crushing to me that day.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
But it does happen. And when it happens, it's funny.
It is quite funny.
Not funny right away, funny for the audience.
Oh, it's very funny for the audience. Just like Moon not getting it immediately is a good example of how hard it can be, but also how specific it can be as well, which I think is a really good thing to learn about it.
Of all the things, like if you get into Final Fantasy X speedrunning, this is a section you have to practice. There is a video that's in the guide. It's done by P-Town Rocks. He's actually a really good friend of mine. He does a really good analysis on how it's done. But I did spend an entire weekend. I would practice it for an hour, go play Magic Arena for a couple, come back to another hour. It was genuinely the only thing I had to practice. But once you have this, you can run the game after that. And
yeah, I agree.
And it goes to show you, like, no matter how easy it is, it's still tough no matter what. Blaze has obviously run this game dozens of times. In Relay, we've raced each other live on main stage. It's just hard. It really is.
It does. I put my mic back. Sorry. It actually does feel a little bit arbitrary sometimes too. It's just because it's the movement versus like, okay, and then he pushed me that way.
Yeah.
I have a light that's next to my monitor, and I was actually turning it off because I was worried that I was getting a little bit of catching a little bit of glare on the screen. So if I can try to just kind of describe what I'm looking for. So there's kind of a setup process. I'm using the mini map relative to the rock that's behind it. And then there's a tiny white dot that it just happens to align with one of the lines on the mini map. And I'm trying to touch the line to the dot, but not so far that it's covering it. It's very, very touchy. So
it is really touchy. I think like the thing that you need to know is that like we've all said, like all runners have different methods that work for them as well. The mini map's a really good one for me, actually. I use that one all the time.
Okay.
I also like looking for the bunnies.
Okay. I got it this time.
That looks good, yeah.
Yep.
Good
job. You want him to push you to the right diagonally. Where I got soft locked, he pushed me to the left.
Left boxing sucks.
Yeah, so I'm through that was the hard one.
First push is always harder. Yeah.
Good job.
And of course, I think I got ambushed right afterwards.
You did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Love that.
By the worst.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're okay.
Run!
Thank goodness.
He's fine. Oh my god.
Something about walking out of here. I know. I'm sorry.
That would have been. I'm gonna move my mic one more time for this next visual cue.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the hard one.
So first push is the hardest because it prepares you for the second push. There have been people, including Moon apparently, who have done it in one push, but don't aim for that. Two pushes is very consistent for the most part. Essentially, you're getting pushed a little bit to the right. It can be as little as a nudge, quite frankly. Like it's very slight. And then the second push, if you're in the right position, as it looks like Moon is, you'll get pushed right through the barrier. There are several barriers to get through. I would say there's about 3 walls. There is quite a lot to consider when you're getting through them. But once you are through, you get to an area where, in the original game, actually, you get Auron's ultimate weapon, actually. Do you need one more push, sir?
You do.
You do.
He just phased through me. He did that once yesterday too. I don't know why that's happening sometimes, but
3
anyway.
pushes is legit. It's fine.
That happens.
My PB has 3 pushes
on my end too. He'll either phase through me or he'll slingshot me off to the right for some reason when I position myself.
The goofy thing here is I'm actually going to have to kind of do this on the fly now.
No, you'll be okay.
You got this.
You're in the right position.
Yeah, it's just back here somewhere.
My last bit of advice when it comes to practicing this, by the way, and thank goodness to HD Remaster on this, ×4 speed, no encounters.
Yes, do both of those when you're practicing this. It makes life a lot easier. Practicing on PS2 by comparison is very
I literally just needed to get moved one more frame.
No ambush, please.
Yeah, it was literally
Hey, we got ambushed immediately again. Let's go.
And my reward is another ambush.
This one's not as scary though. It's just slow.
Yeah, this one's okay.
I know.
That's just terrific.
I'm just saying, I know it wasn't quite what you wanted, Blaze, but
Yeah.
I always say it's not about what happens, it's about how you recover from it.
Yeah.
And I think that was a terrific recovery.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's again, the more I've done this run and the more I've done this skip, it does feel somewhat arbitrary. I try to do it the same way every time. It just seems like a certain amount of the time it still doesn't work the way you're expecting it to. And it's incredible that it exists. I wish it was a little bit more consistent, but it's just not. So we got through it. We'll take the win for today. So.
Hey, do you want to talk about the actual non-consistent 1 in a million skip?
I'll be right back.
Is that
Do you wanna talk about
the single push that you were talking about?
No, I'm talking about something else. The elusive, the most dangerous.
Oh, the Jose skip?
The Jose skip. Yeah.
It's like
Dude.
Jose skip.
The mythical
Oh my
Jose skip.
god. You guys haven't had a Jose skip?
Ooh,
Look
I
at my
actually have to be
popcorn.
really careful here. I might soft lock after this encounter.
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
For
we
whatever
know.
reason, if you get an encounter right by the zone line, it moved me
You're fine.
through.
You're fine.
Okay, I'm fine. Whew. Sometimes
Okay.
it will spawn you on the beach, like buried up to your waist, and you can't move.
Oh my god, really? I've never had that.
It seems to
I've
happen
never
if
had
you.
that either.
I've had it happen twice. It seems to happen if you get an encounter right at the zone line like that. So I was very, very scared for a moment there, but thankfully we're okay.
Oh my god.
I have a habit of being my poor Titus gets buried up to his neck in dirt.
Yeah,
like in Xanarkin.
Oh my god, you're potatos. Oh, babies.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
feel like
funny to me,
once-
but also.
Once a month, I do get a video from Panda. He's like, I broke the game again. And I'm like, how? I've never once
Yeah.
broken the game.
Yeah,
Like, I
no,
haven't
it's like-
been blinded in the tutorial fight with Waka before. And Panda
Oh,
gets
I
that
have.
like 3 times.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
got
video
inflicted
of me
with darkness at the combat tutorial. I was running on water at Baj Temple right after Xanarkin.
That's hilarious.
I got buried up to my neck in Xanarkin, the dead city. What doesn't happen to me?
I love that for you.
I loved that your immediate reaction though was like, is this something that could be
Funny.
useful for the speed run?
I was like, I'm walking on
just
water?
reset.
Hello?
Absolutely not. I've been blinded as well by Annabelle many times. There is a very, very funny video of me screaming about it like 3 years ago. I'm so angry about it.
I'm really tired of getting ambushed, by the way. This is obnoxiously
It's-
high, even
it's-
for true RPG.
It knows you're doing an expose. It's trying to show everyone what it's really like.
It just wants to make sure that GDQ is getting maximum Final Fantasy X, so
Isn't it though?
And
yeah.
post Macalania, you'll get every other preempt.
Yeah, as long as I will trade all of the ambushes now for no ambushes on the first half of the Thunder Plains, to be quite honest, so
Absolutely.
Those
Oh,
are
and
the
here's
scary
where
ones.
the Jose skip would happen. That chocobo, that monk, and Alma.
yeah.
That is how you would do it. So I need to point out as well. So quite funnily, I've talked to the mods about this several times, and they always just start pointing and laughing at me and saying, "No, stop it," which is entirely fair because it's stupid. But basically, Jose skip has apparently been done. We say apparently, we don't have any proof. One person has achieved it. It might be on video somewhere. We don't know. But apparently you can potentially skip Jose, which means you don't get Ixion either. No lightning horsey for you. But it does skip about 5 minutes. So is it worth it? That is the question.
It would be worth it, I'm sure, if it was
It
consistent.
was.
Yeah.
If it was
If it
consistent.
was- I don't want to say never because it feels like Terra Skip was something that also people theorized for a while, and now it, like, as difficult as that was, it's actually not that hard most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's not that difficult to do with the right visual cues and a little bit of luck. So I'll say never say never, but
Fair. I will also say
Look
that
at you yamming though.
I mean, it might mean that we're not trained enough, yeah. But I will also point out as well. Within the community, we call it Mushroom Rock Road Skip, but within the community for a very long time, some of us still do call it Terra Skip because Terra is the one who just came along So he used to be a Final Fantasy X runner, and then he disappeared for a few years, comes back, skips Mushroom Rock Road, then disappears again. He's never came back. He was just like, oh, by the way, you can do this. And that was influenced by another skip that was discovered just before Mushroom Rock Road skip, which was Seraph. Seraph was the one who did that one, I believe. And that is where you skip the Sandragora at the end of Beaconell, just before home. And Terra saw that and was like, huh. And then that's how we have Terra skip, which is...
That's insane.
I know,
No
right?
way.
It is. I mean, there is a sort of long history of skips in this game, even going back to the PS2. I mean, the PS2, you can do all of these skips as well, but basically all of them involve an NPC pushing you through some sort of trigger. So it's just like finding all of the applications of that, but they're all the same skip, basically.
I show love to the people who can break games like this for our benefit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just like piloting notes, and even then sometimes I don't do that well.
I would also be sad if this got skipped, though, because this is actually my favorite temple to do.
What is wrong with you?
I like this one. I don't know why.
Are you okay?
I think it's because when I was playing this game casually when it first came out, this is one of the spots like I could not figure this out for the longest time. And as I've played the game more and just sort of understood the puzzles better, I really appreciate how they layer on mechanics without really saying anything. So the mechanic that is getting sort of taught to you in this temple is, hey, you know that reset panel that we kind of told you at the beginning, like, if you screw up, you can just hit the reset panel and it'll make things okay again. You can start over. No, you actually have to use that strategically in this temple to clear it. And I just thought that was the coolest thing.
That is adorable. You are so sweet. You are so wrong, but so sweet. I just find it insanely boring.
Makalani's temple was the best puzzle, and like, I will die on the hell.
Reason.
That was like the worst.
Yeah, for the opposite reason, because if you stand on this thing there, you have to do it all again.
Especially because we'll point out to it the reset.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's because the reset panel on that one is the worst place ever, and there's a clip of me yelling at it. It's one of my first runs. I rocketed up to the top, hit the reset on the puzzle, and then I had to do a new puzzle.
Or if you leave the room, you come back and it's reset.
Also, fun fact, if you step on that panel, the speedrun notes will not tell you how to fix it. Ask me how I know.
Yep. I've also ran directly out of those trials accidentally. I was holding on to the sphere. I was doing the last bit on the bottom floor, and I just ran out. And I had to do the whole thing again. And I still don't know why I did that, and I'm still angry about it, quite frankly.
Muscle memory is a heck of a thing.
I know. I'm so mad. I think it was a boosters run, actually. It was awful.
Well, you were moving much faster than normal then, so.
Yeah, I just sort of skipped past, and then the guy at the door was like, would you like to do the trials? I'm like, no. No.
Would you like to ride again?
No. Make it stop. I like Bavel. Let's go. Controversial opinion time.
Bavel's funny because it's just the oxymoron of what it is, and then just how blatantly simple it is once you know the answer.
I agree with that.
It's not like Besaid level easy, but it's up there.
It's very easy once you know the knack, yeah. But this is to put it out there as well, because I feel like people who start these runs will not understand that we're being teeny a little bit sarcastic. Bavel is quite hard for a new starter because of the fact that you have to get the knack pretty quick, or else you're gonna be repeating yourself a lot. Oh god. Also, you got the level 1 keys first there.
Yeah, I usually get them there.
Just curious.
Better. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I was sitting here. I was like, what's that?
Write that down. Wait.
I don't think it's necessarily faster. it's just when so this is part of the route change from when. So, you know, a terra skip gets found and it's really cool and it's fun. And then suddenly everybody has to reroute the entire rest of the game to compensate for it. And that was one of the things that got added. And I think, honestly, it was one of those things where the first time I came onto the screen after learning terra skip, I was like, oh, okay, I have to find a chest with some level 1 key spheres in it. Oh, they're right there. Cool. I'm good. So. There you go.
Okay, that's absolutely fair and reasonable. So to clarify as well to anyone who's watching who doesn't understand why we're all shook as heck, there's a little nook just past where Moon has run past, and we normally get our level 1 key spheres for there. The reason why we get level 1 key spheres is because we don't fight Since Gone Free anymore, so we don't get those level 1 key spheres from him. And we need them for Kamari. It's slower, like by 1.1 seconds, says Grey Fox. Of course, Grey Fox would know that.
I mean, I think the real concern would be just thinking about the manipulated speedrun if you end up taking an extra encounter as a result of that. I haven't really noticed consistently getting any extra encounters as a result of getting it there, so...
It's probably fine.
Yeah, so I kind of just do it wrong just for my own. I just like being different. What can I say? So
I don't disagree. I actually still do my shop at Mihan Rin's agency while everyone else does it at Thunderplanes, just because that's what I always did. And
sure.
I like doing it on the high road mostly because I don't get the rest option there.
Yeah, it's way easier because you've just gone to sleep.
I saw that from Easily once, and I was like, that man's a genius.
Yeah,
right, y'all know what to say. Raj the shoe
Right, the shoe puff.
Right, the shoe puff.
Also, if you drop that card against me in Magic Arena, just know that I don't like you.
No, I may have at some point, especially in limited.
I got Sad's Chocobo and Rise the Shoe Puff sitting in front of me, and I know it's gonna be trouble.
Oh no.
All right.
Okay, who wants to do this fight explanation?
This is one of the more technical fights in the run. I think, Hagar, you want to take it? I think that might be good.
Oh, good. Yes, I love it. I mean, so this is a fight where you have to slow the enemy down because he does quite a decent amount of damage. But the main reason why we have to slow him down is because he will do a thing where he rises into the air, water, and he will start dropping depth charges on you. There is a music glitch here as well, and it's also hilarious. It's just this robot, man. So basically what we want to do is we want to be able to do over 500 damage, and to do that we want him to be slow so we have more time. Tidus is very capable of doing that if he had the lightning steel, but in this scenario he doesn't. So what we're doing is we're going to cheer 3 or 4 times, depends on who you are, and we basically do enough damage so that he'll come down and he'll just do his little shoots instead. The main concept of this fight is that you want to do enough damage that he won't use depth charges. And if you've been running for as long as any of us have, you'll have been depth charged before, and you'll be wondering, why has this happened to me? What have I done? Oh god, this is horrible. And it is horrible because it blinds you as well, so you can't attack afterwards. And basically, you just murders you. Aqua Shooter is very easy to mitigate, especially with the cheers. Your guys can take about 3 hits, and you can throw a potion if you need to. Walker is preferable, and Tidus is good for attacking. We switched the weapon to the Brotherhood because it's +5 strength, and that means he's doing 300 a pop, which combined with Waka is over 500. You can use Waka's overdrive here as well. Waka also is hitting quite nicely because he had his Sphere Grid, which you don't need necessarily, it's just very handy to have.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is going really smooth. Yeah, that's actually pretty textbook as far as fights go.
I actually never applied the slow, but Titus got two crits on the first two. I don't think so. Maybe that second hit he did, but he did get 2 crits. So I felt pretty.
It looked pretty slow, yeah.
He definitely didn't get it on the first one. So
no.
But yeah. So
actually, yeah.
What about you guys?
It worked out fine. I played it a little safe. So.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, that fight, my time save is either like 90 seconds because I never applied the slow, or I'm running a gold split. It's never anything in between.
No.
Slow, it's just too gamba for me.
Really? So there are ways around this. So originally when we had Mushroom Rock Road, both Tidus and Waka would have their levels at this point, so we wouldn't have to apply slow at all. In a few tracked runs, for example, because you know what the encounters are going to be, we can use Kamari to kill some of the bigger enemies, such as Ochus or the Basilisks on the way in, and that'll give Tidus and Waka enough levels that they don't need slow anymore, because they're already doing enough damage. So we do an extra we do Tidus's Sphere Grid early. This Sphere Grid right here, in fact, we do that one early, and that's what used to happen with Mushroom Rock Road. And Waka can even get another strength, so he can actually do some damage. So there are ways to mitigate it. It's just the slow is the problem. Tracking makes it a lot easier. I would say on True RNG it's a lot more finicky.
That fight just never feels good. Even if you know it's going perfectly, it still feels slow. So.
Grey Fox confirmed you did slow it on the 3rd hit.
3rd hit, okay.
Yeah, and that is, so between 1 and 4 hits is the average.
Yeah. I won't go so easy on you next time.
Another thing that's just happened is that we have used all of our potions for a reason. What is that?
When I get to Guado Salam in just a second, I'm going to open an 8-pack of lightning marbles, and I want them to go in the top slot of my inventory.
Just because it makes life easier.
Yep. Need those at the ready.
I gotta share the story of why I call it King's Chest.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
When Panda was first learning the speedrun, he didn't pick up the chest, and he got all the way up to Mount Melania.
I made the saddest little walk all the way back to get the chest. The game knew that I also forgot it because I was getting ambushed beyond belief on my walk back.
Yeah.
I was like, this poor boy. So
I was like, what do you mean I need these things? What? Where was it? And then it was pointed out. It was like, oh, the chest is right there. And I was like, what do you mean the chest is right? There's nothing there.
Now, I'm going to just say, in King's defense, when I get in this room, look at where this chest is.
It's hidden.
Yeah.
It's definitely hidden. There's an actual hidden chest a little bit later on that we have to get or the run is dead. And that one is literally hidden. So there's a few like that. There's a few you got to dip into that are pretty obscure, I would say.
But you get used to it as well. And, and I think it's worth pointing out as well, every single Final Fantasy X runner has made mistakes where they have done a menu wrong or they haven't picked something up. Not picking up the level 2 keys failures Moon just described is very funny, and also everyone's done it. But we all...
That's also how like some splits get named funny things, or like certain events get renamed, because King has never forgotten the chest after that fact.
No.
Or even like Final Fantasy IX, I have a split named Don't Forget Steiner, because I ran like 4 minutes away from the ship and I didn't have Steiner in my party, and I also had to do the walk of shame back to the boat.
Okay, that's hilarious. I love
that was the Red Dragon fight for Kagar, who knows what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is Pray For Me round 2. Blitzball was round 1. This is please don't let Blaze get ambushed by the wrong encounter.
Yeah, so we're gonna dodge 200 lightning bolts right now.
And also not that.
No.
I believe in you. Hype.
I believe in you. I just don't want you to get that.
I remember when I was first starting to learn to run this game, I was really excited to like see like, oh, how does everyone, what are what's the strategy, right? These different levels. And I was like, oh man, I'm really excited to see what everyone does in Thunder Plains. And I got to Thunder Plains, I was like, oh, we just kind of run for it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all right. Just run and pray.
Yeah.
And for anyone just joining us, I did make no promises earlier on in the run that I would dodge any lightning bolts here, because I don't know, I'm just really bad at it.
Yeah, me too. I just have tap on.
Here's an ambush. Let's see what happens.
Oh dear.
Okay, that's probably... That's not good.
No, that's not good. No, that's fine.
Breath hell.
No, that's bad.
We're okay.
No, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, the middle one does a breath attack that basically, like, you're almost guaranteed to wipe if it uses it, so...
The big caricature.
Yeah.
So the good thing is that we are coming up to the second part of it. So the second... You healed, yeah. Good. So the good thing is that at the second half, you will pick up a yellow shield, and yellow shield makes Tidus immune to thunder attacks. Doesn't do much for everyone else, but it's very handy. And everyone's oh my god, equip it. Just as soon as you pick it up, oh my god, equip it.
I've never ended a run by not equipping it right away. Though this never happened to me.
No, I've never gotten all the way to Seymour and then got killed by Thundara at the very end. That was haunting. I hated that.
All right, so that was the scary
well.
screen that we just got through. So, and we even survived an ambush, so that's lucky. We'll be happy about that.
I would be happy.
She's not going to. She's not going.
Yeah, I do believe Once is the one who drops it and talks to Oren because you want him to be in your best relationship.
If you are running at any percent, there is like every Final Fantasy game apparently needs that date seed. So when you ride in on the snowmobiles into Macalania, you do get a shorter cutscene with Oren, or you get yelled at by Lulu.
No, Lulu's actually quite sweet. Riku's quite sad. Riku's part.
I don't think I've ever seen Riku's. I actually
really
had no
sad.
idea that was a thing until I tried to do an 80% run.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Kamari's.
Oh,
he's nice.
I think I saw Lulu's when I did my last retro achievement run, and then I noticed there was one with Riku, so I have to play the game over again if I want to see it.
Yeah.
And get the achievement.
Orange is definitely the funniest.
So I just noticed a question in chat. We can kind of do a quick recap. So True RNG is the reason why we're doing this run on Sky's show. It is a randomized version of the any percent run of this game / cutscene remover category. And the reason it's not a true randomizer, but what it is doing under the hood, it is randomizing all of the RNG surrounding like what encounters I'm getting, what drops I'm getting, what steals I would get, different things like that. So
Bring it on.
Yeah, someone's just clarified that in the chat as well, just saying that true RNG means that we can't track or use tracking software.
Yep.
Tracking is a legit art form, but true RNG is certainly an easier run, I would say.
Yeah, it's much more casual, and kind of something I talked about a little bit earlier on too is just it really flexes your brain muscles a little bit in certain situations and gets you thinking about, oh well, what's something else I could try here to get the desired outcome that I'm looking for, because the game has rules that it's following. You don't always do things in the way to the full extent of what you can do during like a track run, for example. But when you're doing true RNG, sometimes you'll get a situation or you'll be in an unknown scenario where maybe it is a little bit more advantageous to kind of take a risk or try something new without having to worry about it messing up other parts of your run, because it's random. So
Yeah, one of the inspirations for the show is I was watching GDQ back in 2013. Yes, I know I've dated myself horribly by saying this, but I was watching GDQ back in 2013, and I thought to myself, well, speedruns seem like when everything goes according to plan, that, this goes pretty smooth, but what happens when things do not go according to plan? And yeah, we see this in randomizers and we expect this, but when we get a true RNG run like this, I really like it because it's a speed run and yet we still have to adapt on the fly. And I really like the precedent that Blaze is setting here for this run. It's really interesting.
That's actually a really good point. The amount of adjustments that you make for this run is actually really fascinating, I think. Because you're always aware of, just like if you lose Bloodsport, for example, you are aware of the fact that you will have to do a different run after a certain point. Or once you get to Gagazet, you'll know that you'll have to do different sphere grades. It doesn't change the run itself. It does change the understanding of what you need from the run sometimes.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That got me most of the way there. I need Riku's overdrive meter full before the next boss fight. The other thing I needed to do was I needed to get 2 specific steals, and I got both of those, so that's good.
Beautiful.
I always get stressed out watching when you guys try to do the Riku trick, overdrive grind in Macalania, where it's like I find Iron Giant's the most consistent.
Iron Giant's is very consistent, yeah. I just don't like having the depths every time.
I'm always like, Panda, what are you doing?
I know. Can do it.
Yeah, Iron Giants are nice because they have a consistent rule that Kagar's talked about a few times.
Yes.
Which is they always will attack the character with the lowest HP, which is, if you're paying attention, it'll always be Riku. So. All right. Now, I need something else to attack Riku, please. This is not... No, I don't feel like I'm asking too much here.
Not really. Oh, Jesus. Thanks.
Okay.
Nope.
Now I'm... Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. She'll get it.
Yep.
What will definitely get it.
That was a little gambly, but I was getting... I didn't want to get into a situation where I had to, like, try to farm an encounter to get her the rest of her overdrive, so we're good now.
Yeah. So Riku really needs an overdrive for this situation, for the next boss, because if she doesn't have it, you can't beat it. That is one of those like blockers, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Someone say Gamba?
I did a Gamba.
Oh.
I did a Gamba live on stream. Let's go.
Let's do a Gamba.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
No, we should do a Gamba for which element it's going to be.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. So the reason I needed to do those steals is the next boss. I'll let somebody else explain it. I'm gonna do the shop and all that. So.
Yeah, no worries. So basically, So the next boss is an elemental boss, and in Final Fantasy X, there are 4 elements only, apparently, and they are all opposed, apparently. Again, mathematically and scientifically, this is not correct. But what we are going to do is we're going to nudge it into casting a spell on Riku, and then it'll use one of those 4 elements, and then we're going to use one of the items that we've just stolen to create a overdrive where it basically kills it with the element it does not like. Again, this run is so perfect that it does it within about 300 HP. It's insane.
Yeah,
I'm curious what it's going to get.
Yeah, let's find out. So we use a grenade.
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
All right.
Thunder. Okay. So I have to point out as well because that was water. Yeah. So I have to point out as well that thunder. So if it used water on you, that would have been the quickest result in a speedrun situation. The slowest one would be if it used fire on you, because the Arctic Wind is slowest and it's gross and I hate it.
But actually, on top of it, I think you spend more time in this fight trying to get more, like, the right people out and deployed in the encounter, so everyone gets that EXP boost.
Yeah.
Because the overkill on Ceremorph here, because we haven't gained EXP in probably, half hour, 45 minutes, so he's giving EXP that's, like, based on if you were like doing a normal playthrough here. So that's why everyone went from like 2 to 26 super quick.
For whatever reason, that fight just gives an ungodly amount of XP compared to basically everything that comes before it in the game. So,
especially with the AFP as well, the overkill. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
And now we get to take advantage of the situation with the sphere grid, where if you ever gone for the platinum trophy, you know everyone has to become everyone at some point. So we use Kamari to jump him over to Riku, so we can use more of the steel and use commands more effectively, especially with the next boss fight coming up, or even with multiple boss fights coming up. So it's kind of a unique take, and then using most of the sphere levels after this next boss, we do probably one of the first big menus of the game, and it's watching Final Fantasy X runners do sphere grids. To me, is always kind of mesmerizing, especially the later, more important one, because you just kind of watch and go with the flow through it. It just feels like this calm event, but you know, as a runner, I've been through it. I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah, it's quite nervy, especially when you're first starting, because if you make any mistakes, it can be actually terrifying.
Yep. Especially if you're like me, you're on the FWA stage, you don't realize you make a mistake until the final boss.
No.
It's like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
You finished the run.
I finished the
I
run,
did the thing I did yesterday. Okay. Well, now
I did the
this is
same
fun.
thing the other
I
day.
actually survived this last night, so let's see if I can do it again.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll be fine.
This.
If you do not overkill there, you will die.
Oh no.
This is one of those fights, I'm afraid, yeah.
At least I'm consistent. I did the exact same thing last night when I was practicing, and I found out that I could survive it, so that's cool. I would not recommend.
No.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't need to use Kamari's anymore. I'm just going to get Riku back up. I'm actually really glad that happened to me last night so that I knew not to panic.
Yeah, fresh. I would have been very panicky right now. I would have been crying.
Immediately, I would have just immediate F4.
Yeah, I would have just
say
the good thing about your RNG is that you can actually just reset. If you're doing any percent tracking, you can't do that. You have to kill yourself within the game. So you have to get a game over. Can you clarify that really carefully? So you just find a random encounter and you just you hit the strongest monster and you hope for the best. I hope it's just quick.
But yeah. Oh no, it's just I will try to not mess up again. I do find it very funny that we were just talking about how nervy like the menus are, and then I immediately messed up a menu, but we survived. No, it's all good.
It's not like where I went wrong about FWA. I missed a speed sphere, but I was so deep into it. I was like, oh, I have enough speed sphere, so I got to Braska's final Aeon with not enough speed. So it took me 4 tries to get the mean beam.
Oh yeah, so it's a 1 in 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's another new runner rite of passage, not having enough Unisphere levels. So.
Oh, my first 3 runs were just relying on mean beam. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not what you want, but hey.
No, it works.
It was also my first live experience, so.
Oh no!
I was terrified.
Oh my god. Like, yeah, that's going to pressure on you. There's a lot of things to consider, especially when you're remembering this, like, on the fly as well.
Well, I will say you more than redeemed yourself and then some at SGDQ. You had a really good run, and the run itself was very rude to you, so... I'm glad
my only regret on that was still
run,
taking cards the way I did.
I was just going to say, I'm really glad that we got you on stage at FWA so that the SGDQ run wasn't your first in-person marathon.
I was still terrified, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh.
All right, so I'm doing a big sphere grid here to get Titus a lot more buff before the upcoming Seymour fight. That will be our next break, by the way, also. Just so I'm reminding myself and everyone. So.
Yeah, someone was asking earlier, they're like, why are they not break? I'm like, it's a pretty long speed run, and it's not a bad idea to get up and stretch when you can.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I always take my breaks on. So we get a break. Well, if you do blitzball really well and you hide really early, you can use that time for a pee. I always do. It's almost psychosomatic right now. I'm playing blitzball. I'm like, I'm going to pee soon. That's what I'm going to do. And the other one is Guado Salam. So within the CSR now, we do have a mandated break. If you can do.
Actually, shout out to the mandated breaks as a disabled gamer.
Yes, definitely. It's good for accessibility, and it's just good so that you can actually stretch and get away from the screen for a few minutes.
I should say they're not mandated to the point where you have to take them, but they're built in that they're optional. And I have a spinal column injury, so I need to get up. I need to move around. Otherwise, by hour 3, my audience knows I'm not feeling my best.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Final Fantasy IX, if I'm not mistaken, the Final Fantasy IX CSR was the first CSR to put in a CSR break that really just nicely integrates into the CSR itself. And then the 10 added one a little bit later on. I agree for all of the reasons everybody else mentioned. Don't always use it, but it's nice to have the option and know that it is not going to count against your time.
So the live split that we use, which includes if you can get the setup for the Final Fantasy X live split, which includes encounter counter, which is very useful. It does stop when the break starts, so you don't have to worry about turning the live split on and on again, on and off again. Ooh, all
right, a couple things here. Titus needs to not miss, and ideally I'm going to steal 6 silence grenades with Riku. There's 3.
So the first steal is always good. After that, after every successful steal, it goes down by 50%, then 25%, then 12.5%.
Okay,
so the more you steal.
Success. We got 6 silence grenades, and probably more importantly, Titus didn't miss.
Missing on
kept saying there, but I decided to spare the audience.
Okay, so Riku wants to die here. That's very important because we like her overdrive a lot.
Yeah, one shot charges the overdrive. So, all right. Once we name Shiva, we'll go ahead and take our second break.
All right, sounds good.
Whoop, and I'm gonna apparently mess that up. All right. I have stopped my timer.
Whee! All right, great. Before we take a break really quickly, I wanted to remind you all real quick of the Black in a Flash community. Black in a Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. Learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF and follow at blackinaflash.bsky.social on Blue Sky for the latest updates. And with that being said, be sure to stretch, hydrate, and be right back with Random Number Generator. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm here with Moon Blaze Wolf, and this is Final Fantasy X. We're in the true RNG speedrun, and we are going to get right back into it. Are you ready, Blaze?
Yeah, I can count us back in here in 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm immediately going to go ahead and do a menu, which is very important so that I don't die to the next boss fight.
Yay!
Keep it spicy.
Oh yeah.
Yet another boss fight, huh? I don't remember this part of the game.
Yeah, so one thing that I didn't mention, we were talking about some other stuff, so I didn't get a chance to call it out super well. Before the Spheromorph fight, I bought a weapon called the Sonic Steel, which is for Titus. And what that does is he now has an ability called First Strike, which guarantees, even in cases of an ambush, that he will get the first action. And since he is my character that knows flee, that means I do not have to worry about random encounters anymore for the rest of the run. So a lot of the volatility, a lot of the, I dare say, randomness of the run is a little bit behind us. There's still some RNG elements, but they're mostly for like fun and maybe like a little bit of surprise time save. The rest of the run after the point where you get the Sonic Steel is a lot more scripted. So probably a bad thing to be saying on your show, but
I mean, we've still got the encounters in Peak now.
that's true. Yeah, there's definitely still some stuff that I'm gonna have to be paying a lot of attention to. We're not gonna run from every single encounter for the rest of the seed because there's still things I need out of certain encounters. It's mainly the danger element of the encounters. I get to sort of engage with them in a way that is safe and maximizes my ability to get what I want out of them, is what I would say. So
Nicely put.
how's everybody else doing? I'm doing pretty good, other than that little bit of rough patch there with the skip, but this run's been pretty good so far.
Big chillin'. Love this run.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. Always a big fan.
Yeah,
Just make
I'm
me want to come
chilling.
back.
Yeah, come back. Why not?
We miss you. Come
Soon,
come,
TM.
We're big chillin' in the ice temple. Yeah. Nice.
I keep getting too close to a PB at 9, and it's hard. Also, scariest platform right there.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
the reset panel that if you step on it, you cry. So I'm always very, very careful of this, especially.
Oh, I always stood out.
So-
Yeah.
There's only two safe directions, and there's two dangerous ones. You run back to the temple or the faith room, you will reset the puzzle. Hit the reset panel, reset the puzzle.
Yep.
Ooh, moon.
Now this
How's your GLaDOS
this screen
going?
is a little bit interesting. King, what happens? What am I trying to do here?
We're trying to outrun these bad guys that are chasing us all in a conga line at the moment. There's a specific way that we can try to navigate through this walkway path by utilizing the map and really sticking towards the walls to try to gain that little bit of speed ahead of time. Oh my goodness! Because if they do catch you, they do start a fight encounter, which I believe if that does happen, the game even has a chance of crashing because of the cutscene. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, it's the level of irony when if you lose Blitzball, you have to take an encounter. So I've lost Blitzball, forced my encounter at the end, crashed it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. I was only a little. That screen's pretty easy to navigate. You know, pun intended, with good movement. I did bonk a little bit on like the first turn, and I was a little bit nervous because of that, but it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. Now we've got the Wendigo fight, which is, I'm going to have to pay a lot of attention here, so I'm going to let everybody else talk about this fight.
So there's actually a lot of different strategies for this one. The current one in vogue is actually the Automatic strats. Does anyone know those?
Now, I did not get a light curtain.
You did not, so you're bringing in Orange, who will do power break. So you either want a power break with Orange, or you want a light curtain, and we put it on Tidus. Tidus has just the right amount of HP with a light curtain so that he doesn't die. Basically, this guy hits really, really hard, and nearly every character who is brought into this fight who isn't Tidus is just trying to make sure that Tidus doesn't get hit, and if he does get hit, we're keeping his health up. The GLaDOS Guardian will give him high potions as well because he's mean. You can stop that by getting Riku to steal from him, but you are currently trying to make sure that basically the Wendigo has more options than just Tidus. The GLaDOS Guardian does have a structure to his attacks, which is also very irritating. Wow, that's a lot of deaths, man.
Yeah.
No, lucky.
Being very punchy.
Yeah. So yeah, Wendigo he's not the worst, he's just very cruel. And he punchy.
Oh, that's fine. The other thing is you need AP on certain characters.
Yes.
So I'm trying to make sure I cycle through the characters that need the AP. So
Yeah, he gives an insane amount of AP. Yuna, Lulu, and Orin. Orin's not really important, but
yeah.
it's useful. Yuna is the most important in this scenario. Lulu and Orin you can get laid out, but if you don't do Yuna, that's a problem.
That is one of the hidden treasure chests that if you do not get that will end the run. I also learned that the hard way too.
Yeah, end up the run.
Yeah.
I think that was the same run where we dubbed the King's Chest.
It was. So I corrected one mistake and then I made another mistake.
But you can't run back to that one.
Need some help.
Though King does have the funniest cutscene I've ever seen here. His Titus got killed by the zoo, and Orin will still run out and yell, "Need some help."
Yeah, my poor Titus was knocked out on the floor, and Orin was like,
"We did very
okay?
much. Need some help."
Yeah.
And I still to this day is the funniest thing for me.
That's cute.
So the good thing about an earlier fight that I had, which again, this was pretty random. It's hard to manipulate in a normal run. But I was able to get 6 silence grenades, which is more than enough for the next couple sections. This area has a lot of, honestly, it's probably for story reasons, a lot of useful items that you can steal from enemies. And we're going to need to steal 2 sleeping powders if possible. But other than that, I don't need to do any additional steals. And I'm doing pretty good on my spheres. So I don't think I need to do any defeat any enemies either. Although if I get the right encounter, I might do it just to be safe because I have extra silence grenades. So
At random preempt.
yeah, exactly. If I get like a random preempt or something.
I can take them up.
So yeah, at this point, to people who aren't aware, Yuna's been kidnapped.
Oh no! Again? Yeah, we didn't even mention it. This is like the 4th time.
Yeah, she's gotten kidnapped again.
Oh hey, here's
so
my
we don't.
preempt. Yep.
Oh, lovely. So we don't have Yuna with us right now. Our main healer in a normal game would actually be Riku, so he gets the opportunity to collect quite a lot of very useful items, which we can use. But she is able to get quite a lot, so that is really lovely for AP. Bits.
Yeah.
More bits.
And I got some extra
other
spheres
questions?
just in case I'm a little behind. I haven't been paying super close attention, but I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, especially in true RNG where it's not going to potentially mess up any tracking that you're doing or anything like that, just to throw an extra item that you don't need for anything else, get a couple extra power and speed spheres, and keep on moving on with the run. So,
Oh, it's so worth it.
yep.
I know we pick up distillers from Brain on the airship. It's very frustrating.
I'll be right back.
So what do you think happens more in Final Fantasy X? Yuna getting kidnapped or Titus's quest for food?
Oh.
I need food.
In the beginning of the game, he doesn't even get fed. Waka doesn't feed him.
He spends, if you're playing the normal, if you're playing like the non-cutscene remover speedrun of this game, Titus needs to eat like 4 times in the first 90 minutes of the run. He cannot stop eating. Yeah, typical teenager.
He's a growing boy.
Exactly. He's a grown boy. He's 17, you know?
I'll be right back.
Then again, I could be won over with food, so.
I need food.
All right, so we got a couple interesting things coming up on this next screen here once I get there.
I won't go so easy
I'm
on
gonna
you
have
next
to
time.
do a encounter with a Sandragora because it is guarding a couple of really important spheres called teleport spheres. And then I'm gonna do the second, this is more of a minor skip, but I'm gonna do another skip, which is just kind of cool, and shout outs to Sereth for finding it relatively
Yes.
late again. In the scheme of this game's development as a speedrun, it's another kind of late
I
arrival,
won't go so
so
easy on you next time.
Yes, it does involve pushing once more.
See, this is a big lump.
yeah.
This poor plant.
Got to get it by the roots.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yep.
Yeet. Have you guys ever messed up that overdrive?
Yes.
How sad did it make you? Because it
Oh,
made
yeah.
me so sad.
I've absolutely done it. I need to
Especially
do a
if
quick
you've
sphere grid
reset
here.
one too many times late in the day. You're starting to get a little eepy.
Yep.
I literally talked about getting it wrong like earlier in the run, and then I got it wrong, and I was just like,
Right. And then here's the skip. Hopefully,
"This is a really good skip." Yeah, I love this skip.
that probably messed it up in more ways than
No,
one.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't think about
So
it.
easy on you next time.
Come on, Riku, don't let me down.
Will it?
You like
Keep going,
will
go.
it-
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
Oh my
all right.
goodness.
Okay,
You do
cool.
like getting pushed into encounters, which is kind of incredible today.
So the worst thing that can happen, actually, other than failing that skip, you can also fail that skip, and then Riku keeps running to the other side of the pit and will not come back.
Yeah, I love that from her.
I think that actually happened
She's a
in
menace.
Easley's PB, which I think he's in 14th place with it. So he had to run all the way back a screen run, all the way forward. I
Yep.
still can't beat that PB, and I'm just like,
I didn't even know that could
Man.
happen.
Yep.
Yep. Well,
Happened to me. Happened to me very recently. So it happens to the best of
Let's
us.
find you now.
It really does.
I will also just mention, because I was just talking about the spheres, I have exactly the correct number of spheres for the rest of the run after doing that one fight with the
Let's
grenade.
go.
So good move on my part.
Very good.
Yeah, good randomizer player instincts there.
also not this encounter, but the next encounter, we do get I think our last true RNG mini game, because you can get ambushed by the chimeras, which will mess up the idea of the lance and stowed breath combo, even with first strike, because we can get Kamari out there to do the lance it, but he will not move fast enough to beat out the ambush, unfortunately. So we're gonna.
No.
Why are you bringing that bad mojo into my house? I just have to ask.
It's RNG. It's exciting.
It is exciting. I normally
Okay,
throw
it
away
didn't
a silence grenade here.
You're forgiven.
If that happens, yeah. It's horrible.
Also, the music's broken again. Sorry.
Yes. We love a music glitch.
The music's very repetitive here, though. So, I mean, if it's going to glitch out, this is a fine place.
I mean, all you can hear is the Albert screaming and annoying. Hi.
It's annoying.
Say what it.
Huh?
What
It's annoying.
Annoying,
Hi.
duh.
He's yelling.
I think it means go underground, but there are many interpretations within the community, and some of them are quite rude.
It's still really sad, though. Like, this whole
Yeah.
scene is just, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I actually love it because it's very dark, and Final Fantasy very regularly deals with very complex geopolitical stuff. Actually, I mean, Final Fantasy 9, 8, and 7 all do that as well. And this very specific bit actually deals with racism quite effectively, neatly. And it's just like, this is a very heavy tone for my happy Japanese fun game, which has Blitzball in it.
Yeah.
But also, yeah.
Yeah, my Blitzball game has a story with it too. That's cool.
Yeah, it's got story and themes and
It's franchise
What
mode.
cool,
genocide.
what cool side content that is for my main Blitzball game.
I mean, I've got to tell you, is it a Final Fantasy game if it's not genocide? Because they do that so much. I know that sounds horrible, but it is true.
If you peel back the layers of this onion,
Yeah.
you might not like what you find.
The scale, the stakes have to be high for a true proper Final Fantasy game.
So high.
Yep. Okay, I always do this during
Safety save.
showcase runs. I'm gonna
Good.
do a safety
Yeah.
save here. This game
Very
does
good.
have autosaves, but if I happen to screw anything up, I cannot get an autosave outside of this next boss fight. So
I've done that.
I'm even just gonna
And we've
double
all
check
done
because
that.
I'm paranoid. Yep.
We've all done this. We've all messed up this boss. All of us. Everyone. And if you haven't, then you just perfect in every way, and you stay away from me.
And probably a liar, frankly.
And a liar. Oh, you're just that guy?
Yeah. Oh wait. The way the turn sequence works in this boss, you have to basically thread the needle between two abilities that it does using the cheer mechanic. So, okay, perfect. Riku's down. That's actually what we want first. And 2 water kills. That's also
oh my god, this is perfect.
Wonderful.
Here again.
When I was learning this for the first time, I was surprised because I had to follow the guide, word for word. And then I got to this point and it was like, yeah, this can kind of happen. Just take the characters' actions, whatever order that they're in. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Just go with it. It'll be fine.
I was like, everyone else is so calculated. And then this one was like, I'll just kind of do it whenever.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like,
Don't worry about it. The only important thing to acknowledge is that Tidus does need to do that second cheer, and I've seen people miss the board line for that, and it can really screw you over.
Yeah.
So be careful with that second cheer.
Yep. All right, and right into this series of fights here.
I actually really enjoy this bit, do you?
I gotta read out loud. Zito Veritas analysis of Final Fantasy 14 is 10 out of 10.
Okay, that's good for me.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Power, friendship,
I know
and a little bit of genocide.
I wouldn't get in trouble for saying it, but at the same time, it's great.
Shouldn't have brought it up.
So the reason that I stole those sleeping powders is for this fight and the fourth fight, because these enemies have flamethrowers and they do a lot of damage.
It's also a really good chance. If you did not have enough strength or power spheres, you would have talked to Ren on the airship there, or strength and speed spheres, to get power and speed distillers, and this would be your last chance to catch up.
Yeah, it's a good easy opportunity.
That's convenient
to do that for sure. Yep.
I agree. So yeah, I normally buy them from speed distillers and power distillers from Rin on the airship if I'm panicking, and I normally use, because Riku's got quite a few free turns on these fights, just throw them there. That's actually a very little useful thing. Because you don't need the spheres from these guys, they just drop ability spheres, they're useless.
Yep. Yeah,
and it's also just a little slow, so this is actually really awesome to see. Just kind of watch players go through very clean.
It is very clean. That's why I like it. This bit's really nice when it goes well.
Just gotta watch him fall asleep real quick.
One more fight here. The last one is a little bit unique. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. It actually depends on what item you use in the Spheromorph fight, interestingly enough. I'm going to do the probably more traditional strat here, which is just to haste Riku and let her throw 2 items since I have them. But it's nice to have the flexibility depending on what drops you get, because you have a couple different ways that you can get through this fight specifically.
I actually prefer that strat. Like that's what I'll do by default now.
I like this one. As long as I have the items, I prefer to do it this way.
Yeah.
The bomb core strat, I think, is technically a little bit more efficient, but you have to do some weird, some of the targeting you have to do, you have to kind of do off camera, which is a little awkward. Whereas that one is much more just like, okay, Riku go, Riku go, Riku go, and it's just like, pick the thing and throw the thing, so yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
By the way, on that spiral staircase, my first 10 runs through here, I didn't realize that elevator was a thing.
Oh no! That's actually hilarious.
All the fun stories of us learning to speedrun this game.
Yeah.
My biggest pro tip: save to 15-20 seconds.
I didn't realize because I just turboed and it just did it automatically for me. I was just like, oh. And then one time I didn't have turbo and I was like, oh, you have to press L.
Very important that we embrace the forbidden machina.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the irony of Babel.
yeah, story-wise, this place is amazing. So how do you guys feel about, because like I've already pointed out that I quite like it, and a lot of runners do, but when you first start out, how hard did you find this?
I was stuck here for weeks as a child.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah, I was like 11 and not the brightest bulb.
That's so cute.
Yeah, not a fan of this place. I don't know who considered this fun.
I will say, and this is the case of a lot of things with speedrunning, there is something incredibly cathartic about going back as a speedrunner and conquering something that gave you just like so much trouble when you played a game casually.
Oh yeah.
It is one of the greatest. It is one of the greatest feelings.
For me, once I learned that the basement was really just kind of a red herring.
Yeah.
You never need to go down there. That's about it. And I think back then I would watch myself go up and down and be like, what is this for? Especially that 100% conquest. Because an important mechanic of this game is you gotta use all the destruction spheres. And if you use the destruction spheres, you can teach the Aeons to exceed the damage cap of 99.99. And with Bavel, that just happens because, Bahamut's supposed to be the big bad dragon. And so that's why the basement became irrelevant, but you sit there, you dig with it for a little while just to make sure, and nope, time not well spent.
No, it's all a waste of time, especially if you want to get anima as well. You just get it automatically, so don't worry about that. For anima, you have to get all of the destruction sphere bits, and I think the designers realized that they had messed up with this one and just give it to you because you can't return anywhere canonically within the game. So yeah, it's just there at the end. It's just sitting right there, and everyone was like, "Oh, you have to go all the way around, and you have to do all this stuff." It's like, no, it's right there, literally just there. Anything else is extra. You're wasting your life. I promise. And then everyone cries.
See, and I also like the kind of what Syl was saying a little bit, which is it was pretty much optional to this point, but maybe you've been paying attention, maybe you haven't, but then being able to break the damage cap in a Final Fantasy game is always such a forbidden thing. Like it's a taboo thing, and then suddenly when you can do it with the Bahamut after this temple, I mean, aside from the fact that it is almost fundamental to the speedrun, and we'll talk about that very soon, it's mechanically just very good world building in my opinion, and I think this game, better than a lot of Final Fantasy games, really does a good job kind of telling its story through some of the mechanics of the game, and sequences like this, rather than just like bludgeoning you over the head with stuff, it's more subtle and kind of rewards like you as the player noticing the connections and just sort of appreciating that, yeah, they were telling this really cool story from the beginning. You just had to be paying attention to pick up on it.
The story is fantastic, yeah. It's a shame we skipped it all, really.
It is, yeah. But I'm just saying, next time you escape from Xanarkand, look at the hoodie the little kid is wearing that talks to you, and then,
Yeah. It's yeah. I'll not ruin it.
Yeah. It's just kind of a fun little thing for you would have absolutely zero context for that playing the game straight up, out of the box for the first time, and once you finished it and you go back, you're just like, oh, that is cool.
There's layers.
There's layers, exactly. Yep.
I think that's why I like
onions.
No, God, let's not meme that hard, please. But yeah,
I'm not crying. It's the layers of onions in the story.
Tidus cries, and that's okay.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
You cried.
I know, but also he's a baby too. Also, the Faith is over 1,000 years old. he's very judgmental.
Doing great for his age.
Yeah.
What is it with y'all in Shrek tonight?
I know. I don't even know. I didn't encourage this. I just want you to know.
We've been defending Titus a lot this entire run. I just want to say specifically about me and Titus. And now I'm saying, you all got me saying Titus. Look what you've done.
I've done it.
I make a point of saying this every run. I don't know why. I just feel like it's something people need to hear. Part of the reason that this is my favorite Final Fantasy is I was a kid that played sports growing up, and my dad was an alcoholic. So this was the Final Fantasy for me. And maybe other people have different characters in games that they relate to for strangely specific reasons like that. And that's really cool if you can find that in a video game. So. Yeah. And now I'm going to do this really long, complicated sphere grid. So y'all...
This is the best sphere grid. Enjoy.
This is where Una gets heckin' swole,
So, have you guys ever wanted to watch Una just bat things, like with a golf bat? Get ready, guys, because it's about to go down. It's very satisfying. Incredibly satisfying.
She's consumed her protein powder.
She has. She's going to hit her ex-husband a few times, maybe. We'll see.
It was tough.
Where's my alimony?
It is funny to think, though, in the little bit of times that Yuta does get do bonk percent here, she's using the basic staff she started the game with no special stats, no nothing, no strength modifiers. It's just straight bonk.
It's so satisfying.
With her starting
100% her.
She deserves it.
Yeah, so this is considerably one of the most important menus, one of the biggest ones we'll use. It's where all the strength and speed sphere numbers were most important, because we're going to use a very, very, very large percentage of them here, and none of the other stats really matter. We do dabble a little bit into the magic just for impulse, but we don't track them because you do just get enough throughout the course of the run. But this is why the damage cap break on Bahamut will already become immediately relevant. I think at this point you can start swinging up to 100k with a good crit. Otherwise, I think it's low?
It's about 12,000, I would say.
Yeah.
12,000 because of how we deal with Balfour in a few minutes.
But every sphere we pick up is important. Every action is pre-designed for what we do, and even though we have skip over, like you'll see us grab one HP sphere but we'll skip the next one, but because it does come down to speed, but we're also just working on the minimum amount of HP that we are going to need so that we can buy another strength sphere later. Every strength sphere we are buying is +4 instead of +1. Because I think we're deep into Orin's late game sphere grid at this point.
It's Waka.
Is it really Waka? I thought it was Orin's. Even more impressive.
It's Waka because you use a level 2 key sphere to get in there.
But
yeah,
after all that strength game we did on Bahamut, we're going to summon a horse.
Yes, we are. So Horsey is because it's quicker, basically. And you are going to be using Ition for the Bahamut fight very shortly. So
yeah.
So you can't use Bahamut against Bahamut.
Yeah, during the config menu that we did all the way back in Bosch Temple, we shortened the Aeon summon screens. The game did decide the fact that they worked very hard on those animations, so they will mandate you to watch them at least once. So we're getting Ixians out of the way here because, like it was mentioned, it does become relevant in the next fight because we're going to do a Pokemon style battle of Aeons, and because there's a limited amount of Aeons available to us, you can't summon what's already been summoned.
I just need to point out as well, so Chris is in the chat, Bahamut's impulse attack is not based on magic, it is in fact a strength based attack.
Really? I always thought it was magic, and I thought that's why we got the magic.
It's just to do with damage. Basically, the magic will always be... magic helps with the attacking, essentially. It's way more to do with damage than it is to do with strength. And I know this because if you don't do the magic spheres, your strength isn't as good. That can be a problem against certain people who need specific amounts of damage. So yes,
this is why
Yuna is a vessel into which we pour lots of numbers and stat, and then big numbers come out.
That is essentially the idea. And also it's worth pointing out as well that every 2 HP spheres, for example, is extra little bit of strength as well. So that's why we do so many HP spheres as well.
I didn't know that. But that's also why I love speedrunning. Like I said, I'm not good at designing notes. I'm just really good at piloting notes. And I'm really lucky to be in the top 20 in this category. But I can't explain to you how like the tinier things work and all this. And events like this is what makes it a lot more fun, because I feel like I've actually learned a lot about a run that I've dedicated a lot of time to, and just in a different and unique way.
Yeah.
Always a learning experience. I've only just learned how to do tracking properly after 3 years.
I've yet to do it, but I have submitted one 80% run with cutscenes.
Oh, really? How long was that?
Just a little over 9 hours, but and it hit me at the end of that run if I tried a little bit harder, because I made a couple mistakes because I just was grooving with Chad, and I'm like, if I just locked it in, I probably could have sub-9'd on my first try. But that's a consideration of how great a CSR mod can be in the terms of practicing a category. Now you know the fights. Now you know the menus. Now you got to know when to turn on your turbo during dialogue.
Yeah.
Or Classico Skip had a pre-skip. I didn't know that. It was a little awkward when I got there the first time.
Yeah, Classico Skip is the pre-skip to MRR skip, and it is quite... so I know someone who calls it free constantly, and they are a liar.
They are a liar.
Once you get it, it is quite easy, but yeah, it can be quite frustrating. All skips are frustrating, though.
I am always skeptical of anyone who calls any trick free.
Like, same.
You know?
What are you doing? Stop lying.
Yeah. I want to point out one more thing that is really nice about doing the any percent run as opposed to true RNG. And that is generally when we get the no encounter armor, we summon Ixion to do the fight that we get it in. And Yuna talks to her horse, and it's very cute.
She talks to Bahamut as well. She talks to them all. I'm not sure why in that specific environment she needs to talk to everyone, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's sweet.
I don't get mad. It's sweet. It's lovely. She actually says to the ghost as well, like, looks like you can reach the bar plane. And I'm just like, oh, that's so sweet. Please stop. To point out as well, I'm not angry because like I'm bitter. I'm angry because whenever the characters do their little dialogues, it takes time.
It does. We would prefer they didn't talk, honestly.
We prefer they wouldn't. Yeah. We can't stop them, and some of the lines are very funny, such as in Zanika.
Don't bring up old bone, old man.
Yeah, my favorite one's probably, how many sticks do you think we can get out of these?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Behemoth.
They are quite beefy in Waka's defense, but yeah, that's part of why, like, I unironically, like, I'll put Kamari in a random party a lot more often, because Kamari knows not to talk in fights. It's very nice.
He doesn't, yeah, that's why he normally gets used. And he has an amount of HP, which is fine.
It would be good, worth mentioning. You'll notice a lot of the different categories for Final Fantasy X. A lot of the top 5, even top 10 runners, I'd argue about at least 2/3 of them run the game in a different language, because you can skip the dialogue as soon as all the dialogue is on screen. Because in other languages,
it's Chinese mostly.
Yeah, they use less characters for words. You can easily master them a lot faster, so it does save a bit of time save. And I tried sampling a run in another language, because if you run the game consistently, your items will always wind up in the same place, or at least your important items. But I had to still write down a note guide of what like the first character would be for the power sphere, because I would still get confused and my self-doubt would show up.
Yeah, I don't trust myself to do that yet. I'm not prepared. I'm top, I guess I'm top 13. Thanks, move off.
Sorry about that.
No, you're not. I'm top 13 on any percent, and I think the person with the highest placing is Oddmog, and he refuses
Yeah.
to do it in different languages. So he's like world record holder in English. And he could be world record holder in Chinese if he wanted to be, but he just doesn't, and I really respect that.
I respect it too. It's hard.
Yep.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
All right. So now we've got Titus and Una together, and Titus conveniently has a whole bunch of strength from earlier that we're going to teleport to.
Yes, that's why that teleport sphere is very important.
Chris
And
actually
don't
gave us
forget it.
specifics. In CSR, it saves you about a minute, and any percent, it saves you about 8.
Oh god, that's disgusting. So it's worth pointing out as well, so if you do play it in Chinese and Korean as well, they're not talking in Chinese or Korean, they're talking in Japanese, but the oh, there we go. So he also, Chris Captanarian was also pointed out, Oddmog refused to change language until it mattered for world record, but he said he never got close to it enough to it for it to matter. And that is a very speedrunnery thing to say. It's the most speedrunnery thing I've ever heard. I love it.
One really quick
Chris?
note: I'm doing some specific fights here because we do need to get Una a certain amount of supplemental sphere levels here, XP. The maze larva fights that I was doing in the previous area were you can't run from those. I can flee from the encounters here, but I still need to. I needed to take one of them because I need a total of 4, and so I got 3 maze larvas and then 1 robot here on the bridge. So anyway, and now it's time to fight Seymour again.
Oh, it's that guy. Who's he?
Yeah,
He seems new.
he looks different than last time we saw him.
Have he had a haircut?
Poor Seymour.
that?
He's just out here trying.
He's really let himself go, honestly.
Honestly, the divorce isn't working for him, I don't think.
He's in his goth phase right now.
The eyeliner is giving.
Yeah.
He also has a new pet. That's clever.
There is one other weapon drop that we care about. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but there's still a little bit of shenanigans and things that we're hoping to see after fights. But yeah, just so nobody is under any illusions, a lot of the rest of this run is going to be getting Una into the fight and then punching things with Bahamut, because Bahamut can break the damage cap and is just going to continue to get stronger and stronger as we go towards the end of the game here. So.
Let's go, Una.
Oops, that was okay. That's fine.
Oop.
I forgot what
Also-
thing I was on. It's fine. But yay, memory
Also-
cursor.
That's good though. And also, not only that, but you don't have to steal any fire gems. So we would normally
Yep.
steal a fire gem from a flan, but we don't have to do it because we got 2 from everyone.
Yep. Yeah. Kamari's steal
Yes,
was
yeah.
2 gems, and I need 2 gems for the Baran and Yankee fight that's coming up in just a few minutes.
And that is where the route changes again, essentially.
Yes.
So he wants to explain the changes in the routes because I can do it, but I'm interested in how everyone else is doing it.
Believe you, Panda.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Have you ever had 4 friends? That's my question.
Have you ever had 4 friends? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
My-
harsh.
No.
No.
Has any of us really ever had 4 friends before?
Oh, come on. I didn't mean that.
I feel like
My
I'm I feel like I'm
goodness.
hanging out with 4 friends right now. Can I just say that?
Oh.
Y'all, okay. I had my
I've
cheesy
had
Just
them.
moment.
got ya.
But also, also in the context of speedrunning this game, I have never had 4 friends. So I really,
Really?
I actually kind of hope I get it tonight. So
Dude, you've been doing this for 4 years. You've never had 4 friends.
not that I can remember. I may have had it one time, but it was a long time ago.
God.
So.
I've had it 4 times. And the first time that I got it, I lost 7 minutes. And I cried.
Well, let's
Sounds
hope. Maybe we
panicking.
should be hoping I don't get it tonight.
Let's
No,
go,
it's-
RNG.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. Have you ever practiced the menus? Because there are, for everyone's information, there are saved states on the speedrun.com that you can find out about that.
I'm a very serious speedrunner. If anything happens that I'm not prepared for, I reset. I'm kidding.
Really?
Okay, can we start the show over? Take it from the top.
Oh, jeez.
No, I mean,
my
everything's going
goodness.
perfectly. I don't know what you're saying. No.
I don't even hear you.
So anyway, the drops on Baran and Yankee. King, go.
Yeah, let's do it. It's the only person who's had 4 friends as well. Oh my god.
Right. So where the fight with Brian and Yankee occurs, there are 3 different scenarios that can play out that will guide us in a direction for the rest of the run moving forward. It determines not only the route that we go regarding the sphere grid, but also how we're going to be customizing equipment, weapons for party members, and even battle strategies with upcoming bosses too. The 3 scenarios that can play out are going to be 4 return spheres, 2 return spheres, and 2 friend spheres. And then the final scenario is a 4 friend sphere total drop from the fight. Primarily, normally you would see as a common drop is the 4 return spheres. I haven't gotten the 4 friend spheres myself. I've gotten the 2 and 2 like a handful of times, but I've only really gotten the 4 return spheres.
I have not had 2-2 randomly on True RNG for about a year, and it's driving me crazy. I am so done.
I think at one point I actually confronted one of the True RNG makers because I hadn't gotten a lightning steel in so long. I was like, "Are you sure the lightning steel is in there still?" And they assured me it was, and then like the next run I got it. So, but yeah, I went through like a stretch where I didn't get a lightning steel for like 40 runs or something absurd.
Yeah,
like
that sounds about right. It is quite cruel. I will point out as well, so it's statistically, so this is statistically again, so it doesn't mean it's completely accurate to everyone's personal experiences. 70% chance of getting 4 returns, 29% chance of getting 2-2, and 1% chance of getting 4 friends.
And you were surprised when we said that we'd never got. Oh wait, I have to steal first.
Yeah, I've done like hundreds and hundreds of runs, so I can't be trusted, obviously. But yeah, I've had it 4 times, and I guess when you're not running it as much as me, like okay then. 4 friends is fun.
So we've kind of set that up a little bit. We'll see what we get after this last water gem lands, and then after this fight is going to be our last planned break for the showcase. So
Okay.
we'll see what we get. We'll pop off, and then we'll hopefully pop off, and then we'll pause the run. So
Let's have a look.
2 and 2.
2-2.
Love it.
Let's go.
All right.
That's
We
good,
get
by the
1
way.
unigolf swing. Yeah, that's
All
really
right.
good. Yeah, that's faster. It's not as fast as 4 friends, so interesting.
Okay. We good to pause the timer?
Yeah.
Okay. Really quickly before we go on our final break for RNG for this evening, thank you to everyone supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. With that being said, be sure to stretch, hydrate, and we'll be right back with Random Number Generation. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I am here with Moon, Blazewolf, and some fantastic commentators who will be doing some shout outs towards the latter half of this run. And we are about to finish Final Fantasy X True RNG. Blaze, take it away.
Yeah, thanks. I'll go ahead and count us back in, and then we're going to do our best just to kind of book it to the finish here. So 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm going to get through we just finished the Baran and Yankee fight. There's kind of like a forced cutscene right here. I always do my big menu after that cutscene. So this is a really important menu if one of my commentators wants to talk about what is going to be going on here.
So we have 2-2 here. So that means that we had 2 rounds and 2 returns. This is the second fastest of the potential setups that we can get from the Baran and Yankee fight. And essentially what we are doing is we're using Lulu here as a little bit of a, well, friend. So, oh god, it means friend, good friend, see a friend. Sphere Friend is going to allow Yuna to use up all of her levels, and none of her. She doesn't have to use any sphere levels after this because Lulu is going to use all of hers for her sphere friending, just like that. So because of this, Yuna gets quite a lot of strength. So for the next fight, it's going to be very quick. We don't even need to throw anything at him. In a normal 70% chance scenario, it would be a case of Yuna would have to do a few bats on her ex-husband, and then Bahamut will come out, and Bahamut will get banished, and then Yuna does a few more hits, and Tidus gets one in too. But that's not going to happen today, because what we're going to do is Yuna's going to be very beefy, and Bahamut therefore is going to be very beefy and fast. And Seymour Flux, that boss set, if you've played Final Fantasy X before, will know it's really, really, really hard. Will basically melt very quickly. Yep. Another thing that we are doing right now is we are learning Armor Break, which is very important for a couple of bosses coming up as well. And finally, we are doing some. We customize the weaponry so that Yuna's got First Strike. You can do that with return spheres. We'll get 2 more return spheres later. In 4 returns, we'll do both of those immediately. In this scenario, we only get the 1 because we only need the 1 because Yuna is outstanding. And now, to flee from everything, which I haven't had to do in a very long time, and I hate that for you.
Yeah, it's worth noting that if you're successfully doing a manipulated run at this point, you would have the no encounter armor, and it's really nice because the encounter rate in this area is just absurdly high.
It's so bad.
We really only have, like, I guess technically, depending on how you divvy it up, 4 or 5 areas left where we'll actually be running through an area with random encounters, but all of them have a random encounter rate that is so high that just going into the battles and fleeing immediately with Tidus costs, depending on who gets the no encounter armor and a few other factors here and there, saves anywhere from like 7 to 9 minutes from now until the end of the run if you have that no encounter armor. So that is really like the nice payoff of doing the manipulated run for that reason. We don't get it in true RNG. It's actually against the rules, which was mentioned earlier, because it's kind of against the spirit of doing the run with truly randomized RNG, is so that you don't have the ability to get stuff like that. And we do have leaderboards for this run, so if someone happened to randomly get a no encounter armor, their time would just be, you know, if they had a good run, it would immediately be like multiple minutes ahead of what anybody else would be able to do. So,
have you guys ever gone for no encounter armor in true RNG, by the way?
What should I do?
I've never tried, no.
I have.
I've gotten it blind in non-true RNG runs, which is very, like, I feel bad about that, but
don't feel bad about that. No, I've gone down. I've seen Chris get it as well. It's very funny. Always a joy. Basically, there is a saying in my chat, which is to the cave. To the cave. Let's just go to the cave. The run is done. Might as well try.
That is a fun way. If your run is like kind of dead for other reasons, it can be fun just to go to the cave and see what happens.
Yeah, just go to the cave.
The ghost slot machine.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we get to run 4 steps, get in the counter, run 4 more steps.
Yeah.
I know what I prefer.
You did have a really good stretch where you did run very far. I was like, yes, this is exciting.
Okay, that's enough of that. No! No, it's not. Never mind. Sorry. Okay, now you are free. Okay, for now. So the next boss fight is it's very funny. Yeah. So who wants to explain that one?
Not much to talk about, but feel free.
I'm gonna say this specific instance, because we got my favorite of 2-2. Because it's what Bonk one's cast haze and then impulse and fights over.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Yep.
And so not only as well, because a lot of these fights are now streamlined, there's less steps, less encounters. You do save a massive amount of time on the 2-2 route. You also do less menus, which I wasn't sure if that got said earlier. So it's actually really exciting when you get the smaller chance of the 2-2. But then
nice.
It's almost the worst of immediately having to run against this because you're like, I need to be so much further ahead because I'm going to lose so much time after B-Ron and Yankee.
It's true, but also at the same time, when you're doing true RNG, there's just so much other stuff that can happen. It's just it does kind of soften the blow of stuff like that a little bit more, I will say.
How did you do 7k damage?
Yeah.
Protein powder and their Wheaties.
It's her ex-husband, and she needed to hit him very hard.
No, but in all honesty, Yuna's hanging out in Waka's Spirit Grid for the most part. It got a bunch of strength and speed spheres. She was in his later Sphere Grid, so we got a lot of +4 speed, +4 strength, magic stats, HP, the whole 9 yards. So the bonk percent here is crazy strong, and we're gonna enjoy the results or the fruits of our labor. Blaze did a really good job over the course of the run, maintaining all the strength and speed spheres that he needed. So they were able to now just push, or they're just able to push circle and get through the run.
Yep, just have a. I mean, there's a lot of execution towards the end of the run, so I don't want to. Like, it's all the stuff between battles, honestly.
Movement, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, movement, my favorite thing. Yeah.
Oh, and we do have the ball game in a few seconds as well. Ball game.
Ball game.
I don't think we ever talked about what it's like moving Titus around.
Oh, yeah.
Just awful.
It's like driving your dad's old station wagon with the third row seat that looked out the back of the vehicle while towing a boat. And when the camera angle changes, sometimes like you think the direction would be the right direction, it's not, and it's kind of a meme. And for some reason, upright is the most consistent way of getting out of the screen.
Oh my god, yeah, you've noticed that.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Speed with a straight line, man.
It is so hard to get him to run in a straight line. That is probably the simplest way to put it. And the camera angles make straight lines very hard to come by. So anyway,
the camera hates you.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
I applaud you.
First try,
Thanks.
let's go. Yeah.
First try.
Have you guys all done it where you failed on the second time and you just start spamming circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's easy to go on
try
tilt
a third time. First off, third.
absolutely.
It's never second. It's always third. Really?
I do need a couple extra power spheres here, so I'm gonna go ahead and. Oh, okay, that was oops. For some reason I thought that was gonna be Riku. It's fine. I'm just gonna be safe. No, I accidentally defended. So we're just gonna be extra safe here.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't blame you.
Bye, Waka.
Bye, Waka. He's home now.
He's
reached the far. He's reached the far plane by now. No, wait. We need him for the next puzzle. Hold on.
Do we? Oh, right.
He needs,
so the next puzzle.
he needs to fit in the hole that's Waka-sized.
Yeah, we don't know why so there's a lot of theories about the holes in the fandom, and none of us have it quite understood. Why are there holes? Why are they color coordinated? Why are they different sizes? Why is it when they swim into the holes it works?
Why do the monsters keep increasing?
Why do the monsters keep increasing? Well, I know that because those people died here. Still.
Yeah, I'll admit that this last puzzle is like, why? At least you get Tetris. Tetris kind of makes sense.
Tetris doesn't make sense, how dare you? I'm kidding. I don't really mind Tetris. It's just tedious.
It is tedious, but
So
I like the idea of Braska had to swim and then Orange forgot how to in between his first pilgrimage, now his second.
So there's a part of me which wants to believe that the trials are designed in a way which relates to each of the groups that come here, but that also asks the question, what is happening with other people?
Yeah, like how do you get through this puzzle if you don't have 3 blitzball players with you?
Yeah.
Yuna's dad didn't have 3 blitzball players. Unless Oren got in the pool last time and then just sat this one
maybe
out.
Jack does today, yeah.
Maybe Jack did the Jack shot and hit all 3 of them at the same time.
And you went,
Ooh, superstar.
Yeah. And then he went, I'm the best.
he did, because he is.
Let's bring it up to Titus versus Titus.
No,
Say it again.
Tedious.
Tedious.
I said tedious.
Younger brother, Tedious.
I'm sorry I did my Britishism by actually using the word, which no one uses, apparently.
Is that weird that I always forget about this cave? Every time I play this game, I'm in this cave and I'm like, what is this?
Because it's boring.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's supposed to be a trial. It's supposed to be like a faith trial, but it's confusing.
Yeah. I like the other trials that didn't have monsters in them.
Yeah, me too.
A little bit of a reprieve to get you through.
Can you imagine playing Tetris with a bunch of behemoths chasing you?
No, thank you.
That would be very hard.
Oh, you know Leska still has a friend waiting for you at the finish line.
That's true.
And it's not her husband, that's for sure. I was still hoping for the stakes line by now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the stakes line and also wow, is that edible?
Yeah, the food clearly the party is getting very hungry at
They're
this
very
point.
hungry, yeah.
The edible Jello that Riku comments on looks like has like a T1000 eye.
Yes, it does. It's the most disturbing looking plant I've ever seen.
Oh, we didn't get to see it. Oh well.
No, that's the problem with Charandy.
Also, this zone entry is a well-known brickable spot if you do not walk in with the right party, if you do the cutscene version of it, because you will get bricked.
Yeah.
Gotta be
And
careful
it's
there.
always painful to watch runners make it to this part where you're 8 hours in and now it's just sad.
I've done that. Done it all, man. Made every mistake, I promise.
Yep. And run this game, you will too.
Oh, wow, that's like 2 crits in a row, man.
Save some of those for the fights where they actually speed things up. Come on.
I was gonna say shh.
Yeah.
No,
it's true RNG. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters
No, it
in
doesn't
true
matter,
RNG. Everything is
gonna change its
independent.
mind.
It's sentient though.
It is sentient. The game can hear you.
It can hear us.
Especially Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
So that we're all under the mutual agreement where Annex just lives in our microphone waiting for you to say good things about the game. This
Yeah.
would be bad RNG.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. This is how I describe Nine. I can be 2 minutes ahead in a run, and I yell at Chad, be like, "Do not talk about the times. We do not."
It's like
And then
it's
they
like
come
you ever,
and sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like if you ever drive into like a state you don't go through too often and you're like, oh, I'm making good time, and then all of a sudden like an hour disappears out of nowhere. It's kind of like that, you know?
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Oh, be thankful.
Oh, I live in the UK. We just have roads up and down everywhere. Have you ever heard of the M25?
No.
But yeah, like you can be on a road trip pretty easily though, and I'm sure people have experienced this going to events and you're like, oh, we're in this state. Wait, what did I miss?
It's fine. Memory cursor just got me again. It's probably fine, and if not, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's still
We've all
fine.
done it.
It's fine. He's dead.
It's fine. Oh, Waka just died again. It's fine.
Oh my God. You know what?
Well, I can take it another now.
Considering what we were talking about during the break, fair.
I'm just having way too much fun bantering with y'all. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, you're
It's fine.
good. You're good. Someone said in chat, the missing time is called Kansas. Yeah. There's some states that are like that though. Like you don't know.
Yeah. I used to live in Kansas. I can confirm that it is a vortex.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot today, like what Kansas is and what driving means.
Oh, if you live in the U.S., you learn very quickly what driving means.
I can imagine.
especially if you live in the middle of nowhere like I do. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 hours to get anywhere.
A little bit, like, we have lots of trains, they're just late all the time, so we just complain about them.
Oh, I
You guys
wish.
Yeah, you guys don't have trains, do you?
I'd love to be late on a train someday.
Really?
Hey, there's
Trains
the
are really
T1000
nice.
thing. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
Right there.
Riku wasn't there though, so it doesn't count.
All right, I have a car note for to drive it 10 minutes a day. I'm so proud of that. Not really.
I
someone in the
totally
chat
lost
said
track of what we were
25.
talking about. I was all prepared to talk
what are
about
you talking
trains
about?
some more, but
I
anyway.
love trains.
I like trains.
Yeah.
Meow.
So trains in Europe are better than trains in the UK, sorry.
Like, if you're on the eastern seaboard of the U.S., the train system's actually quite lovely. I took my first train like 2 years ago, and I'm like, dang, I wish this was like everywhere in the U.S. This is pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been
really
trying to find an excuse. I live in the northern U.S. and there is a fast train now that goes from Minneapolis to Chicago, and I've been
I was just about to bring that up.
I've been trying to find an excuse to go to Chicago, like any reason to go to Chicago, just so I can take this darn train, but hasn't come up yet. But I'll figure something out. So
I've actually,
Food. Yeah.
I'm trying to convince friends to take it to MFF this year.
oh, that would be a good reason.
Yeah.
All right.
thing as well, like-
So now we are
Train
to
mission.
yeah. No trains in no trains in FF10. What's up with that? So we got another menu coming up here, and then Tetris
Trains in Final Fantasy 9 though.
Yeah, that's true.
is not you now. Okay.
So, question, do you guys still use the guide for Tetris?
Yes.
Good
No.
good answer.
I'm not
Yeah.
cool like Panda.
Panda doesn't use it, and he's the youngest of us.
Yep.
I
That's
sat down
so
for like 2 weeks and studied it and reloaded saves and did it again and over and over and over again. So it's kind of beaten into my brain. at
Did
this
anyone
point.
tell you that we all just use the guide?
Yeah, I saw the problem with me was every time that I darted my eyes to the guide and then back to the screen, I always messed something up. I always stepped on like a tile too far, or I inched forward somewhere where I shouldn't have. So now I'm just like corner, middle, bottom, over.
Okay, that's actually very reasonable. The only people I know apart from you are like top runners, so kudos. Most people
I have to
admit.
Well, I'm the one
I'm
that's
going to give the bold claim of Panda will be a top 10 runner soon.
That is fair.
I mean,
You heard it here first.
if you've got Tetris mastered, you're already probably memorized. You're probably already halfway there. So, as the only one who's currently on webcam, I encourage chat to guess whether or not I'm using a guide or not for this.
So
Yeah, it felt like it was just last week when I was teaching Panda that you can grab the Kilika sphere in the middle of the second puzzle, and now he's already got the whole thing memorized. I'm like, okay, I get it. You show off.
I was like, what? You can do that? Oh, that makes it so much easier.
it's good for your movement.
Also, like, Chad still talk about trains and talk about how saving the suplex is a train.
I love that for you guys. Keep it up. No, guys, you
Good
can
old
see the
sick shadow.
shapes.
The thing is, like, and this is, I'm probably one of the speedrunners that like a lot of speedrunners probably do this. I have a lot of sections. I even noticed some tonight while I was doing this run for y'all. Whereas, like, I have my notes here, and I'm so accustomed to looking at them. But also, there were a couple fights where I normally glance at my notes. I just didn't, and I was totally fine. And every time that happens to me, I'm always just like, maybe I don't need to use notes so much. And then it's like, but I could, and it's fine because they're just there, and they're like my comfort notes. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think I've used notes for about a year now. I only use the notes for Tetris. I find I do go faster without them.
There's probably split seconds here and there where like I don't realize I'm not looking where I need to and waiting to move and stuff. But yeah. But I'm trying to use them less, so there's that.
You'll get there. I think the main thing that you have to consider is that there is mitigation issues, such as missing on anima or having to do extra stuff for blitz loss. Like I have stuff for blitz loss. Missing on anima, missing on Seymour.
Yeah.
Missing on a lot of things.
Missing is
in
very
general.
bad. Seymour, Seymour, I think we mentioned. Yeah, there's a lot of backup strats in the notes that, like, you might get into that situation and you're like, uh-oh, now what do I do? So.
True. I do think having the notes just in case is always very useful.
Yes. I never just use the best phrase for them, and that's how I feel about
Emotional support notes.
That is 100% how I feel about them, too.
There is nothing wrong with that, especially in a longer run. I mean, and when I say a longer run, like I used to run Evo Search for Eden, the Japanese version, and I'd have to have some of the menus memorized for that. I always kept notes out. Always. Yeah. No shame.
That's fair. Absolutely no shame at all. I don't use them because I like to be able to... Well, I've got enough going on, to be honest, if I'm streaming. So for me, it's just a case of it just helps to know that I know stuff. But I still have them on a tab ready for Tetris. So
Yeah. And I mean, again, even if your run's short, like let's say you're doing like, let's say you're learning all castles for Super Mario World. If you just, again, the chat said the best, emotional support notes. Like if you want to have your route out, like that's cool too. I mean... Never be embarrassed to have notes out, no matter what stage of the game you're in with your load.
Absolutely not. Definitely.
Syl and I, when we raced this at FWA earlier this year, I actually did a fun little thing with the notes because, as we sort of alluded to, there's like, if you lose Blitzball, you're basically on a completely different route. And so I made up a couple binders with the printed notes in them, and on the Blitz win side, I put a happy face, and then on the Blitz loss side, I put a sad face. And then guess what happened at FWA? I lost Blitzball live during a marathon, and I had to use the notes of shame. It was great.
But then you have to look at a frowny face all the time. Like, couldn't you isn't there like some other depiction you could put there?
No, if you lose Blitzball, there is nothing more fitting than the frowny face.
All right.
Only frowny. Grabs face.
I'll send you some hugs in chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how about a hug? What about that? Like a little hug symbol or something like that. See, that'd work.
Yeah. All right, we're done playing Tetris. That went really smoothly.
That's it.
Yo, shout outs to Richard's run of Tetris 99. By the way, our tech, Richard, did a run of Tetris 99 at this last SGDQ. Please check out the VODs of that. Please. It was so good. Such an entertaining run.
That was very fun. I agree. That was a really nice showcase, and I like anything that has like audience participation in some way, shape, or form, and that was about the most audience participation I think I've probably ever seen in a GDQ run, so that was really cool. So.
Yeah, and the commentary was also quite good. The commentary was also quite good for it. We had just everything all around about that run was fantastic. Again, please be sure to check that out.
Oh, just a quick note for this boss.
Yes.
So, this boss is why we have defense. We put all of our defense up on Bahamut because there is a chance we will get hit twice. And if we do get hit twice, we don't want to die. So that is why we do that. We give Bahamut all the defense that we give him. It's not just like helpful for our strength, because as previously stated, 2 defenses can add up to more strength as well. But ultimately, you don't want to die to Spectral Keeper. And if you do, because it's so tight, it's because you're missing a defense here.
Yep. Another thing about that fight. Another thing about that fight, the actual attack animation from the boss is extremely slow, and if Bahamut crits, you will actually just one-shot the boss, and I don't think I've ever specifically measured it, but it's got to save at least like 15 seconds if you get that crit. So it's one of the more valuable crits in the run. Unfortunately, I did not get it this time, but that's okay.
I I got it on the PB before this PB, and I lost 45 seconds on that split because I made a mistake on Tetris as well. But I did PB again, so that's okay. Time save for this. Time save for next time.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure if I've ever beaten this boss without Yuna's Holy before, so this is fascinating. This is great.
This is the boss that I quit this game over originally when I played it the first time. So very cathartic.
This is a pee break for me during this speedrun.
It's such a good boss, though. Like, the music's really good. The artwork's really good. Just, I remember being really impressed by this boss, just artistically when I first saw this.
Oh, it's beautiful,
From being stuck on this boss for weeks to being reduced to a break.
It's just a break,
Oh, that's satisfying. Wow.
That was beautiful.
Okay,
beautiful.
And very important thing, we got a weapon there. If Unaleska drops a weapon, it will have zombie strike. Or zombie attack, and we need zombie attack for the final boss. If we get it on a drop, it saves a little bit of time. Otherwise, we have to sphere grid for it. So that's always a fun moment in the run when you defeat Unaleska and you get a weapon, particularly a Titus weapon because that's a fast one. So
yeah, that's pretty good. We like that one.
The game voice on main screen. Oh, there it goes. Normal. Also, thank you for joining me on the Orange speech. We had to keep up with Final Fantasy X runner tradition.
Yeah, I saw that. Nicely done. So
yeah, you gotta spam it.
Yep. You gotta spam it. Yeah, it's tradition because it's the best bit. I've got that in my chat as well.
Now, this boss that you're about to fight here, Blaze, this is the one that I struggled with the most growing up. I don't know what it was about this boss in particular, but this was the one that held me back more than even the final boss. Thanks, Yojimbo, for your help.
This boss is the bit fun one.
Yeah.
I didn't get past that one for months.
Yeah, this one was rough.
You're gonna hate this then.
This was also my first RPG after SMRPG, so that's probably why else I struggled with this.
Shoutouts to SMRPG. I love that game.
Oh yeah.
I need to go get my 8 minutes of free time save running it on Switch 2 apparently.
Indeed.
Yeah, I still always get the giggle because I started speedrunning this game and then chat bullied me into doing a penance run. Not like a speed run, like a casual percent. Which was fun, don't get me wrong, but yeah, even knowing all the speedrun tricks and then coming back to Unaleska or Sin coming up here, they were hard. For no reason too.
I definitely remember watching a penance fight where you were not victorious and feeling really bad for you.
Probably still one of my favorite clubs when I beat it because everyone's just like, yeah, just hurry up, if you lose, go to bed, and all of a sudden beat the boss because the rule was no Yojimbo, and that was in the terms I should have agreed to.
No Yojimbo.
The thing about Yojimbo is though, I didn't know what I was doing, okay? I didn't have, the player's guide to this or whatever, which I did for several games, but not for this one for some reason.
It's a really good guide, by the way. The piggyback one's great.
I should have. Again, I had this game before the internet was a really big thing back then, all right? To put things in perspective. I actually won this game with store credit from several Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments worth of store credit. That's how I played this. Nice. I know, nerd. But anyways, I got Yojimbo, got up to the final boss. I was expecting just the worst boss ever, especially after this one kicked my butt for so many times. And then suddenly, Yojimbo killed the final boss in 2 to 3 hits, just without me doing anything. And I was like, what?
All right, bet.
I was so confused. Wait, this wasn't the dragon? Hang on, this is Sin. This isn't the dragon. Never mind.
The next one is. So the one you're referring to is not this one, not the next one, not the one after that. The one after that.
The one after that.
There's a lot of this is a boss rush. Basically.
I'm really excited for Sky to go that one. It's that boss. That's the one I was talking about.
You'll know what it's
in 10 minutes probably.
Is this where it's gonna be the SpongeBob meme because it's gonna go so fast where you just catch the top of SpongeBob's head in the back of the commercial?
Yeah.
Yes. Back to SpongeBob. Tom Kenny. Let's go. bringing it back.
We like
hope you
getting
guys enjoy
we
the
like getting
arbitrary
crits on
references.
this fight too. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any, but that's okay.
Also, this is a really good bathroom break on Turbo.
Yeah, bathroom break is both.
I've had a couple mad dashes here.
Yeah, same. I got myself a drink. It's quite nice.
Once you get Bahamut online, the turbo button does some serious work in this run.
It really does help a lot.
And the memory cursor.
Memory cursor is also very important, especially when it comes to unit and summoning Bahamut.
I feel like I blocked the rest of these out of my mind compared to that one, because you're right, it's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one.
It's the one after this one, but you have to go and talk to Una first. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, I like to call the bit after this airship running simulator. Running simulator, because you just run around the airship with no context at all.
Yeah, we're getting our laps in on the airship right now.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Now, is there a lot going on right now, or can we do the thing that I was talking about? Just because, again, the outro is going to be a little quick.
I'm just running through the airship a couple more times, so you're good, Sky.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I want to make sure everyone gets a chance for shout-outs here because, again, folks are spending their time on my show, and I want to give a big shout-out to not only Blaze, fantastic runner, by the way, but I want to give a big shout-outs to... oh, wait, sorry, I had the cheers there. Moonblaze Wolf, and then we have, and I apologize again for my pronunciations here, Sill, or the actual name is there for you on YouTube watching, SYLLEATH on Twitch, King Panda 95 with an underscore, and then Kagar, KHAEGAR, all on Twitch, but also... I want you all to be able to talk about what you do on a daily basis on your stream. Here, let me give you a cleaner follow there. Sorry about that, chat. But yeah, what do you all do? What are your current projects going on?
Y'all go ahead. I'll go last.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Silliath. A lot of people call me either Sill or Silliath or Silly. I'm just a Final Fantasy 9 tennis speedrunner coming up. We're transitioning out from the SGDQ. I've been fishing too close to a PB for too long, so I keep extending when I'm going to do casual games for a little bit. But I'm actually going to be doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth casually soon, but I have modded in all my friends to be the various characters and relevant NPCs to the storyline as well, so this could be something fun to do for a little bit. And then I think I'm going to come back to 10 for a little bit because I'm very interested in this run again, and with Panda sneaking up on me in the leaderboard, I can't have that.
I can't have that.
No.
Right. My goodness. Well, over on my channel for King Panda 95 underscore, we're a variety channel. We do a bunch of different activities from if I'm not playing Final Fantasy X learning the speed run, I'm doing indie games or VR chat or Beat Saber related content. I'll do art on my streams, so we have like chill cozy nights. Big goal of mine is to eventually on the channel play every single main entry Final Fantasy game on the channel. Nice. Since I never got a chance to play the older ones in the past. 10 was my very first one. So I get to go back to its origins and then see how the series ended up progressing. And I get to share those first time experiences with the audience. So that's what I do on my channel.
Cool. I'm Kagar. I have been streaming for about 3 years. My current thing is trying my best to PB on Final Fantasy X. Any percent with tracking, which I will be doing in the Final Fantasy Relay this weekend on RPG Break Limit, and I will be competing with Moonblaze Wolf as well. He's on another team, but Team Compre is best. Just so you know.
Let's go, Team Choco.
Okay.
Shots fired.
Anyway, Kraken Up. EUW will also be on the other team as well, and they are a fantastic runner as well, so it's going to be a really good race. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I mostly run Final Fantasy X because I always joke about like running anything else or doing anything else on my channel, and I just end up doing Final Fantasy X because I just really love it, and I only ever started streaming to basically have a record of my runs in order to get onto the leaderboard to, be a part of the community, I suppose. And I'm really happy I'm here. I also have a twin sister as well who is scurrying around somewhere, and her name is Hampered Cake. And she is, if you want to see someone who looks exactly like me and runs Final Fantasy 9, she's that person.
You're just not the same person running the second game under a new account.
No. Shh. It's a secret. Don't tell
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Blaze, are you okay if I talk about the relay before?
Yeah, if it's all right, I'm gonna need to focus for a couple segments here. I will circle back around to my shout outs. I'll have plenty of time towards the end. So
yeah, shout out to the Final Fantasy Relay. It's going to be held on RPG Limit Break starting this weekend. I think they got 20 of the mainline Final Fantasy games where 3 teams are being formed. So 60 plus runners, and with many more commentaries. It's a huge project that's undertook, so I like to say thank you to that team once again. Actually, at least for me as well, they were the first big event I ran. That's how Blaze found me. My friends were dropping my emotes in chat, so if you want to help your friends get spotlighted in another unique way, without him, I definitely wouldn't have made it to where I am now as a streamer. It's been a great retirement project. So I got in the GDQ. So it's a great way to get hyped for the event. If you really love the Final Fantasy content, it is going to take place over the next 70, 80 hours. I'm not sure how long Rebirth and all that's going to impact, but there's also a lot of CSR content this year. So, I think it's Sarah, Chris. I'm trying to remember the last name. Maelstrom, thank you. Awesome team, do awesome work. So I'm very excited to drop all the emotes in chat. I also have to say, unfortunately, shout out to Team Chocobo, because that's what team I was on last year.
All right, I'm happy to report that Titus did not miss his armor break on Omnis, so that fight went very smoothly.
Yay!
Yeah, and the Final Fantasy Relay starts on Friday and goes till Monday.
Friday night,
It's usually about 75 to 80 hours, so lots and lots of runs.
Constant.
I also want to give a very quick shout out. I asked the organizers, because I'm not as in tune with the event as a whole as a lot of as they are. There is one new game this year that has never been in the Final Fantasy Relay.
I'll be right back.
This is the 10th year, and I was told to expect a little bit of pushback on this, but Final Fantasy Legend 2 will be in the Final Fantasy Relay for the first time this year. So if you know, you know. But shout outs to the Final Fantasy Legend 2 runners that are getting to show off the game in the event for the first time. So,
I mean, it's not as bad as when we've had Mystic Quest now, is it?
I was very fortunate. So my first time running in the FF Relay was 2 years ago, and I got to run Tactics Advance, which was the first time that game had been in the Relay. So that was super fun for me. So
yeah, to be honest, I think the fact that they change it up every year is really exciting. For example, this year we are not having an OG Final Fantasy VII run. We are having Rebirth and Remake, which is really interesting because it showcases them.
Yep.
Another one that is always fun as well is Stranger of Paradise, which is a really interesting run.
Yep.
World of Final Fantasy, really interesting run as well. And also, my personal favourite run to watch ever is Final Fantasy X-2 No Creature Creator.
I am looking forward to that one.
That is going to be sick.
I mean, this year too, even 9, we did HD, the full 8-hour run last year. This year they're doing emulator CSR, so you'll get like the PSX vibe, but with the CSR, because that was new as of this year, and it's been very hyped.
Oh yeah, especially with the current new world record holder Nikolon, who is incredible, playing against the old world record holder Pete Swanson. So that's gonna be wild.
They're gonna duke it out for a while. That's gonna be a hype.
Yeah, that's gonna be so tight. And Almegas as well, who is an old school runner actually. It's been a while since anyone's seen him, so it's going to be really exciting to see him back. There's just so many people in the community which if you're part of the Final Fantasy running community, you'll know most of these names, which is also really exciting as well, because like people have fans. I'm a huge fan of a lot of people who are playing, especially the Final Fantasy 13 runners, and all the 9 and 8 runners. And
that was a really good nucleus, by the way.
That was really good. Yeah, you did not get spiked at all, by the way.
And
if you see any new
it looked like I knew what I was doing.
You knew what you were doing. It's about
Dang.
yourself.
I was running around looking for eggs.
Eggs.
All right.
Though, because this is important, should we have Panda talk about this last section?
Oh yes, we have to talk it through. Yeah, Panda, you do it.
Because it's hype.
Oh my.
Surprise.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is going to be the final section here for the game. This is our last opportunity to go ahead and handle any kind of upgrades related to the sphere grid. It's all Yuna here that we're going to be focusing on primarily. We're going to need to make sure that we get this ability called Spare Change. You may think that, well, we had made all the Aeons super buff and heavy hitting, that we're going to finish the game with strength? No, with money. That's what we're going to finish the game with.
We're a capitalist society, baby.
We throw money at our problems around here, but not quite yet.
Yeah.
This fight's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Let's get those rock and roll emotes out. If you got any dance emotes, let's go.
Oh yes, the tune.
Yeah, but fun fact about this fight, all those first strike weapons that we gave the big 3, as I'm going to refer to them, helps us dance around this fight without letting Vraska's final Aeon here or Jet really do anything. But if you've done anything wrong over the course of your run, and this is how I found out at FWA, this is where I did something wrong.
Oh yeah.
You'll notice real quick something goes very wrong.
Yeah.
Because if Jet does one additional move, it's over. So we're pretty confident Blaze did everything perfectly. It looked good, even though I haven't looked at the notes myself in a really long time.
Yeah, we should be fine. The big wild card in this fight is he's going to get to do one attack. I believe it is a 2/3 chance to do like a physical swing and a 1/3 chance to use Ject Beam. We love Ject Beam.
Yeah.
Ject Beam saves a lot of time.
Give me with that beam.
Beam, baby. So we do call it beam for a reason.
Oh no.
Okay.
I totally clicked on something weird. I thought I broke my end of the screen.
No beam today. That's okay.
No beam. Is it?
My nucleus was so good that I don't even care, honestly.
Honestly, like, that's fair.
Y'all, Blaze, chat's rocking
Yeah,
for
I can
y'all
see.
to bring this one home. I love this.
It's very, very exciting over here.
I love
The
that.
skeleton butt shake emote speaks to me the most right now.
I love that they put heavy metal in my Final Fantasy game.
Everyone's, it's quite a controversial song. Some people don't like it. I'm not naming any names right now, because that would be mean, but
Yeah.
someone out there doesn't like it.
All right. So we're in the final victory lap here is what I usually call this. This is where we, for story reasons, summon all of our Aeons and defeat them so that we can defeat the actual final boss of the game, Yu Yevon. So it's pretty well scripted. There's not much that can go wrong. So I'm going to use the opportunity for the next couple minutes to, or I'm not going to necessarily do shout outs for the next couple minutes, but I'm going to be doing this for a couple minutes. So just to do my shout outs, I want to mention one more time that I am one of the creators of the Fastest Furs marathons. We have our Fall Fest marathon coming up in October, and we're going to be opening submissions for that very, very soon. So if you would like to submit a run, or you'd like to host or be a volunteer for us, we'd love to have you. It's not just for furry speedrunners. We love anybody from the speedrunning community who wants to come and help us out as we raise money for Trans Lifeline. So if you want to help us out, look up Fastest Furs on Blue Sky, join our Discord, and you can get more information from there. One other thing that I am particularly excited about right now is next month I'm going to be starting a casual RPG podcast on the RPG Limit Break channel that we were just talking about with the Final Fantasy Relay. I'm a staff member there as well as for GDQ. And I'm really excited to kind of bring something a little bit different to the RPG Limit Break community, because the reason we love speedrunning these games is the reason that we love these games just for what they are in so many different ways. They're really important games to us. They tell really cool stories, and they mean a lot to us. So having a space to talk about that on a channel that is more speedrun focused, but also bring in just RPG fans generally, I think is something that's going to be really fun and rewarding. So I'm really looking forward to kicking that off middle of August next month. Aside from that, I usually speedrun on my Twitch channel a couple days a week. Right now I'm very focused on Final Fantasy X, but that's going to be changing soon, probably once the relay's done. My next couple things that I want to work on is I want to get back to speedrunning Final Fantasy 16, which I mentioned before. It's a game that I speedran quite a bit last year. Felt like I hit a bit of a wall with it, but since I stepped away from it, all I can think about is getting back and speedrunning it again. So that means, I probably want to do that. There's still more to do and experience with that game, so I'm looking forward to that. And then the other thing is I'm a big fan of the indie RPG game that came out a couple years called Chained Echoes. That was my one mainline GDQ run, was running Chained Echoes at SGDQ 2023. Chained Echoes has a DLC that is coming out in 9 days. So I'm really, really looking forward to checking that out, potentially speedrunning it if it seems like a fun and viable speedrun activity. But I generally speedrun on my streams. I stream a mix of indie RPGs and classic RPGs like the Final Fantasy series. So definitely hope you check it out. And, I appreciate the opportunity to show off this run on Hotfix. It is probably my favorite RPG run. It's a big comfort game for me. And just in general, I appreciate that GDQ is giving RPGs like Final Fantasy X a platform for Hotfix and other shows and the marathons and things like that. And just in line with that, my last shout out is going to be to all of the people who have created the cutscene remover mods for various RPGs that are out there. You have really breathed life into a lot of games and a lot of speedrunning communities that allow us to continue celebrating these games that we love, and I just really appreciate that. And thank you so much for that, because it's wonderful to be able to pick up one of these games and run it on a weeknight after work and not have to make it like a weekend project or a whole day ordeal or something like that. So just awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely love that. Very nice.
And thank you again for Blaze and GDQ for having me back.
Yeah, thank you
for having me.
having me there.
This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate y'all being here, and thank you, Sky, for letting us put this on for you. So just really quick here, after we defeat Bahamut, we're going to go into the Yu Yevon fight. This is a very short fight. Time will be coming up basically after I use a Phoenix down on Yu Yevon, and then there's a camera change afterwards. It's a little sudden, but I will do my best to call it out when it happens. So
here we go.
Here we go. Don't miss, please. That's never happened.
Please don't
before.
miss. That's never happened in my life.
Don't. You can't say that before if it potentially
RNG.
happens. You can't do that.
It could happen. It didn't happen.
It's fine.
There you go.
All right. And time is going to be coming up very shortly. And time.
GG.
GG.
Good job.
GG.
So good. Congrats.
Thank you.
Well
really
done.
finished strong. It was a really solid run other than the MRR Terra skip. So I'm really happy with that. The True RNG especially, it's been a lot of fun to grind some runs of that recently. It's always fresh and new and interesting every time. So it's a great practice tool. And just again, thank you to all of the folks at the Final Fantasy X community who made the cutscene remover and the True RNG mod. So
thanks, everyone.
yeah, thanks for having us.
All right. And thank you again to Moon, Blaze Wolf, and all of our fantastic commentators here for your time, for everything. Just had a wonderful time here. I want to remind you all that this is not the end of our GDQ broadcast. I am Skyvilles here for Random Number Generation. But again, please do stick around for Game Masters with Kiara, coming up right after the break.